What is happening, Dolphins fans, and welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate. I am your host, El Capitan, and on the tailgate party that never stops. Whoa, microphone was low, guys. I don't know if you guys heard that. Dang. But anyhow, rumors to discuss, a lot of things flying around. Those Tyreek Hill rumors checked out, and I gave myself some cushion, but now no holds barred. So we're going to go into some of the rumors. Already a lot of people know about some stuff flying around. We'll get into all the good stuff. We're going to also go over the media day with Tyreek Hill and Armstead. Awesome. Got a whole bunch of good stuff. Might even watch a little bit of it. We'll bring everybody on, chatter up about it. Did some Twitter space surfing earlier. Good Twitter spacing day. Shout out to the Jets guys that had a Twitter space, Dolphins and stuff. It was really cool. You know, it's kind of sad when you go on Twitter and a Jets Twitter space seems to be more of a open discussion than amongst more of the Dolphins Twitter spaces. When the Dolphins fans talk amongst each other, they fight like cats and dogs. But when a Jets fan has it and Dolphin fans come up there, it's the most cordial thing I've ever seen in my life. It was amazing. But anyhow, guys, make sure you guys are hitting that like button and make sure you guys are coming around and helping out the show with Cash App and Venmo. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to Pedro. Shout out to Colin. All guys who have reached out on Cash App. Thanks for supporting the show. Make sure you guys are also catching Talk 7 TMI Tuesdays live at 9 with color commentary. Right after that, you got open mic at 10 on Tuesdays, and Saturdays you get Drop the Mic. You'll also be catching Big John Stud on there with him on Saturdays too. Late night color commentary on Thursdays. Every other night of the week, you got the Fins Tailgate, El Capitan We are partnered with Fanatics, so if you guys are trying to get yourself one of them Tyreek Hill jerseys or whatever, go ahead and hit the link in the description below, guys. Fanatics. We also got our own gear, TFTG style. Represent the fam. Hit the link. Get yourself something. Guys, hit the like button. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. All you guys, make sure to come over and subscribe to the channel over here at the Fins Tailgate on YouTube. We'd really appreciate it. But, yeah, guys, and shout out to everybody who got here early. Teddy, Shake Money, Nicole, Andres, Crypto, California, Tucker, Sean, Steve, Mean Mantis, Sean, Squid Games up in this mud, Dennis, Q. What's up, Larry? Fin Fan Panel, Kentucky born, Florida born, excuse me. Sorry, Florida born. I fucked that up. Good. Teddy to the hill. Russell, what's going on, brother? Q in here early. FM. Bleezy. Joe, always a top in here. AV was in here and beat everybody, dude. AV's in this mug quick. So, anyhow, guys, hit that like button on the way in. We're going to go into some of this madness talk. I'm sure everyone's been in there. What's up, Roadrunner? Brady to Miami up in this mug. What's good? Jamie, what's happening? Ken Sean, what's up, guys? So, we've been hearing this Brady talk, and it really kind of screams at you in the face when there's literally a lawsuit going on, with one of the details being that Brady was being met and colluded with the team. So for everyone that wants to say, oh no, Brady's not going to come to Miami, just remember Brady retired, so he could have talked to anyone during that retirement period. Now, I'm not saying that he is. To me, I don't even that's not what I've been hearing, but it's crazy that it burst out on the scenes, because when Brady announced his retirement, immediately after that, I was told he has no plan on retiring, and that it was a maneuverability to Miami to talk to Miami to get around collusion, pretty much, and breaking league rules. That's what I was told. And I thought, okay, man, now you sound like a crazy person. But then when he came out of retirement, and then this lands on on the mainstream media, I think to myself, oh, maybe I should have said something way back when. So who knows? But again, it was reported by a radio station, 97.7, something like that. You guys can find him on Twitter. Shout out Dougley Durong. He retweeted their tweet about it. But they had broken it because a blue check mark Twitter person that covers a lot of baseball, actually, he was the guy that came out in the very, very beginning and says, what's happening, brother? Thank you. Drew Batron, what's going on, buddy? He came on first before anyone and said Brady's going to the Tampa Bay Bucks. And I mean, like, way before everybody. And then when this radio station reported on it, it was essentially because that same person that said he was going to the Bucks said he was going to Miami or wants to be in Miami. There is that lull period where he was retired. I'm sure there was discussions, but really that's all I've heard. And it's almost been all but confirmed that was happening. And you guys got to remember, Brady really would love to stick it to Bill Belichick a couple times a year. He would love to do that. And also, there's been links and discussions about Baker Mayfield wanting to go to the Tampa Bay Bucks, and that the Bucks were looking at him back when Brady was retired, which is just the weirdest retirement anyone's ever seen. It looks like a maneuverability retirement, because really during that time and during the speculation and all the stuff, it was talked, and Brady did want to come to Miami, and it was Sean Payton that was going to come here, and that really was in play. So, but understand that the Dolphins probably had that worked out and tried to get that together, but Sean Payton obviously didn't want to do the deal. But understand, people, that this was the Dolphins that were trying to make this happen. New coach, new quarterback. So I'm not saying that this is still wheels in motion. I think a lot of this news is coming in late, but some of the other where I got a lot of the whispers about that long ago, I haven't heard anything other than through the mainstream media, which this could be just them catching up to what I heard long ago. But again, I don't think Brady goes anywhere this year. So next year, we'll see what happens. But there was talk about Brady being competitive and wanting to get his third Super Bowl somewhere else to be literally enshrined in absolute goatness, where multiple Super Bowl winners and getting a third Super Bowl with a third team, it would be impossible to catch that almost. It's literally ridiculous to even say it. But if he went to another team and got a third one, that would be one-upping Peyton Manning, what he did with two. Because right now, they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how Brady thinks. And it's obvious by how he just continues to shatter and push the bar so far back that anyone coming up, great quarterback, would have to play for an eternity to catch the guy. So don't underestimate anyone's God complex is basically what I'm saying. But again, I haven't heard anything of validity on sources that I would take a lot more seriously than what the Brady thing was. I'm just referring to it because this was all the speculation that was told to me a while ago when I said nothing. And now here it is brought into the light with the mainstream media. So again, just catching guys up to what I heard when I heard it. So if things do come out and Brady ends up a Dolphin by some craziness, those sources will check out again. So, you know what I'm saying? It's insanity. But somebody that I will talk about, and there's a lot of chatter on, is Tyrann Mathieu. Tyrann Mathieu has been spotted in Miami by several people, apparently, and some people in the facility. From what I'm gathering is that he is got an offer on the table. The Dolphins have given him an offer. I think they're still in negotiations because apparently on the Tyrann Mathieu, he's got several offers from several teams. It's kind of up to him. I think he wants more and a long-term thing, but I think what a lot is he's finding is not a multi-year deal with multiple money. Like, so if he's looking at a 2-year deal, even if it's decent money, maybe he might want to pick a team that he thinks will win a Super Bowl that year. But not that the Dolphins aren't in any running. I mean, this is a completely different Dolphins team. So again, thank you, Ben. Again, we ain't out it. And he's still in Miami metro area from what I understand. So it's definitely somebody I would love to have on the football team. And it kind of ties into what I'm going to talk to about next, because Byron Jones has reworked some of his deal. And back when I was hearing the Tyreek Hill stuff, essentially, guys, to backtrack a little bit, J.C. Treader, from what I understand, has pretty much the same offer from the Dolphins as he's got from other places and still is mulling over too. There's an offer on the table with Treader. There's a contract ready and set to go for both Mathieu and Treader as we sit now. So that's pretty much where it is. The door, it's just up to them to pick where they want to go. But the longer they stay in South Florida with everyone else who's on the offseason, the easier it's going to be for them to go, you know what, they got a pretty damn good offensive team around here. You know, that's decent enough money to not go somewhere else who might, you know, for the first time in a long time because of Chris Greer, when the Dolphins match money with a team that has a state tax, it's an easy decision for that person now. Where before, they might weigh their options to say, you know what, pay me a little bit more, I don't know, Carolina, and I'll go to Carolina, which is, I think Carolina doesn't have state. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, again, so back before the Tyreek Hill trade came in, what I heard at that time, and stay tuned, the video will be released of when I talked about it. The three names that were in conjunction were DK Metcalf, DeeboSamuel, and Tyreek Hill. So once, from what I understand, and this is what I said when I talked about the Tyreek Hill, that DeeboSamuel was closer. The deal with San Francisco was closer to happening than the Tyreek Hill deal. But I think the Chiefs allowed Tyreek Hill to hit the market in that way to check their P's and Q's to see what they would take, and found that for people knowing that they were going to sign the world's most expensive wide receiver, there wasn't a lot of buyers. And Miami, they lowered their asking price a little bit and got him. But that doesn't mean Deebo was off the table, because the paying price for DeeboSamuel was less, was also including Byron Jones. So I'm not saying that the DeeboSamuel trade is still gonna happen, but if it did, I wouldn't be surprised. Pretty much is basically what I'm saying. And essentially, San Francisco's probably not gonna be able to afford Deebo on the deal, and it's kind of the same with the next player I'm going to talk about that I have on the list up here. Deebo wants that deal now. He's earned the money. He's going to be playing playoff football. Could get injured this year. He needs a little bit of peace of mind. So, and he wants to be here with Mike McDaniel. That is a key thing, you guys. I didn't realize how close Deebo and Mike McDaniel were. I seen it. I know it. But sometimes that stuff's put on. But I guess not. DeeboSamuel is very close to Mike McDaniel, and there's no reason why now, with the selling and asking price for Tyreek Hill, that the Dolphins can't still afford a DeeboSamuel trade. And that's going to bring me to my next point. And DeeboSamuel was spotted in the Miami area too, which is not uncommon, you guys. Let's get real. It's the offseason. They're all in Miami, but still got to report on it. The next player I'm going to talk about that's on this rumor wagon that's been hyped up, finding me on my phone and my text messages on Twitter, on a lot of places, is how Lamar Jackson, $23 million Lamar Jackson coming in, doesn't want to play for the Ravens. He wants a reworked deal, but he wants to come to Miami. Now, I know it sounds ridiculous, guys. I get it. I'm just telling you what's coming at me. So I got to tell you, because if I don't and this happens, I'm going to go, shit, I wish I would have said Lamar Jackson. I'm just telling you that here's what I have written, that I wrote down. Lamar wants to be in Miami, number one. Number two, the Ravens want him to play out this last year on the $23 million, and then let him go. Then maybe work out a deal before free agency. But he doesn't want to do that. And again, there's sentiment on the Ravens side that they know what kind of money he's going to pay. And by their calculation, for them to rework the money, they're going to be bad football for the foreseeable future when they pay him that money, because they're already cap stricken. In business, it really hurts the Ravens. Not that they can't do something, and not that they can't, kind of suck for another year or so to try to work out their contract. But I'm just saying, and that's right, fins up. Everybody now wants to be in Miami. And it's weird, because I kind of said this a couple weeks back, that this system that Mike McDaniel brings here attracts high-end talent, because they know this, in this offense, you're going to get your targets and you're going to get the football on the offensive side, because they'll get it to you in the backfield. You're going to get your touches, and if you're going to be able to hit them bonuses. And it's important to these guys. Let's be real. These are businessmen. Kid yourself not, everyone. There is microcosms of universes inside of this, where a football team, and I've said this many times, guys, the NFL is essentially like a homeowners association or like oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. But anyhow, it's a business that represents 32 other businesses. Well, inside that business, there's 52 and more businesses inside that. And then off of each one of these players have all these other people that have the businesses that depend on them. Look no further than Tom Brady and TB12. There's a whole faction of people. So there's a lot of perspective on moves and everything when it comes to football in this way. Lamar Jackson wants to be in Miami for a lot of reasons, not just because it's Miami, because his entire connection to everything and pull and all kinds of good stuff are in Miami. Armstead, to sweeten the deal, got himself a record deal around here in Miami. So don't kid yourself not that this isn't stuff that plays a part in all of this. So, and again, the sentiment in the Ravens building is that they don't really plan at this point to sign Lamar for the money Lamar wants. That's the difference. The money Lamar wants, the Ravens don't want to give him. They want to try to work some other sweetheart deal, and Lamar ain't going to give it to him. So that's pretty much where it stands. We'll see where it goes. And to me, all of these scenarios, when I talk about Lamar Jackson, DeeboSamuel, even Tom Brady, these scenarios are only available to the Dolphins. Number one, because of Chris Greer, which we should thank him for, because he's now made a team that was laughed upon and looked at as a mediocre team. And now we've got quarterbacks potentially all over the NFL vying for a position on this team. Our weaponry right now is the envy of other teams. Pressure is on Tua to perform because from where I can read it and from where I understand is Chris Greer wants to give Tua this year with these weapons in this offense to play and be what he believed the 5th pick overall was worthy of and have his chance. But, and I said this weeks ago, don't be surprised of the X factor, which is our owner. Don't be surprised if he feels trapped with his back up against the wall. And he'll know long before any of us on whether or not he's potentially going to lose draft picks in the future, or his window might be closing because he might lose the team after next year or whatever. Pretty much the future to him is now. And he's not opposed or unwilling to go and overreach and reach into the future financially and for the picks to build what they want to build right this moment. Now, from where I would say would be a good business decision would be to ride this out with Tua this year and see what you got. And if not, and the Ravens have Lamar playing on $23 million next year and he goes to free agency and they haven't extended him, you can work that out. And Brady at the end of next year, that can be an option as well. But here's the kicker, ladies and gentlemen. If you know that you're going to lose those 2 first-round draft picks, what do? You know you're going to lose them, and you know potential punishment can come your way. Where if I traded those 2 draft picks and got DeeboSamuel, well, that don't mean nothing. They're going to just take other future draft picks. So now, in some ways, you're kind of, I don't want to say stuck with Tua, but that would be the best logical option unless Brady retires and unretires and comes back to the Dolphins and does some weird collusion, essentially, which is what we just got in trouble for. So just in speculation with that kind of stuff. But I'm getting a lot on Twitter. And guys, go follow me on Twitter, please. Follow me. Check me out on the Finn's Tailgate Facebook page. Follow on Facebook. There is a Facebook fan page where if you guys go on and post stuff and memes, man, I grab some off there. I put them on the show. It's fun. But interact, guys. This is what it's for. But we just signed, by all account, throughout most of the NFL, we signed what was perceived probably the best free agent in the NFL in Armstead. And he took a great deal. Less money than anyone thought he was going to take, with $15 million a year guaranteed, with a lot of incentive. And a lot of that incentive, I'm sure, is postseason incentive. Same thing with Tyreek Hill. That is a blockbuster trade. I'm talking insanity. Everybody knows it. The whole NFL world's turned upside down. NFL players tweeting, what the hell's going on? And now that this dust has settled, with these rumors that are flying at me fast and heavy, I'm wondering, where the hell is Stephen Ross and Chris Greer? Please, guys, in the chat, tell me, why haven't they come out and taken that press conference? Why haven't they allowed themselves to be cheered upon? You know, Stephen Ross wants to be, when he wants to receive some of the accolades. You know he does. He loves winning free agency. It's been Chris Greer's biggest job, from what I've been told, to just keep him from spending and keep him from going, you know what, I'm taking this bitch over. That's probably half the job. So where are they? Why haven't they shown up? Why haven't they come out? It's because what I'm being told, there's still shit working. And there's a lot to consider. There's a lot to consider with those 2 first-round picks. There's a lot to consider with the picks in the future. There's a lot to consider with upper management. Don't forget, everyone, we're being accused of some hefty stuff. It's collusion. It's paying to lose football games. And our owner, we seen what they did to Ridley for betting on football. We're going to see how the NFL handles the Deshaun Watson thing, which I don't want to talk too much about, but he had his second what the hell is it called? Circuit judge bullshit, where they tried to convict him and they threw it out. There's supposedly a third one coming down the pike. Grand jury, excuse me, supposed to be a third one coming down the pike, but I can't see him, third time's a charm with the grand jury, because a grand jury always, and I mean usually, I don't want to say always, but they will indict anything to continue on with the evidence and the story and the explaining. The fact that I think there's a total of 11 of those 22 cases are done right now, and there's one more coming. But anyhow, I don't want to get into that, guys. But we'll see what they hand down on judgment on Deshaun Watson, and it's probably going to be not just a slap on the wrist. He's going to serve something. But they can't go and punish players and then not punish an owner. Whether he did this, didn't do it, something, league rule violation of some sort, the collusion alone with the Tom Brady, the anything said in passing as a joke, no matter what, picks will be taken or team can be stricken. I don't know. But if they feel that way, that there's something going to be taken from them, you think that this is a billionaire, you guys. He don't get told no all too often. And by what I can see right now is this is almost like a fire sale. And if one of these big trades comes in down the pike with those first 2 draft picks of next year, it'll signal to me that Ross very well may be gone, or very well we're going to get some picks taken in the future where the judgments are not going to be easy on Dolphins fans. So, but we'll wait and see. Keep an eye out, guys. I'll be having that Tyreek Hill video where I talked about it a couple weeks back, released on the show, and then try to track down when we first started talking about it, Mike and I. But we'll see. So, guys, I don't know if anyone's seen a little bit of the interviews with the players with Travis Wingfield and Tyreek Hill. Also Armstead. I don't know if they're gonna hit like shut my channel down if I stream this. I don't know. I guess guys will I'll try to stream this Travis Wingfield talk with Terron Armstead, but if they turn it off, let me know in the comments so I know. Colors in the back. Let me know in private chat if they hit me, my brother. So, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button, please, please, please. But all right, let me go ahead and try to share this little talk and interview with Travis Wingfield and Terron Armstead, who, guys, Terron Armstead is legit, like big time. So let's see here. Boom. Share. All right, here we go, guys. And guys, again, hit the like button and let me know in the comments if the stream shuts down.
What's up, Dolphins? Travis Wingfield here, the host of the Drive Time Podcast, and I am joined today by new Dolphins offensive tackle, Terron Armstead. Terron, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Travis? Thank you for having me.
Happy to have you in. I got to ask you, man, the jersey, is it a new collection, new item to the collection, or have you had that for a while?
New item to the collection. I'll be honest, new item to the collection. Always been a big Marino fan. I've always been a big football fan, so always respect to the legends, the Hall of Famers. And I saw Dan on my visit. Was just shocked to meet him in person, so it was only right to get his jersey.
You weren't wearing that, were you?
No,
I was going to say, if you're wearing that, that's a great first impression. That's awesome. Too good. So talking about a quarterback, are you going to be hitting up Teddy here to kind of get some lay of the land about where to go in South Florida, your former teammate?
Oh, for sure. Teddy, he's from here. He's from Miami. That's my brother. Talk to him all the time.
Why would you ask him about Teddy? I'm
actually going to call him when I leave here today to try to figure out exactly.
Oh, real quick, guys. Man, I'll tell you what, on Twitter, there is a large, and I mean large, amount of people on Twitter that are off Tua and on Teddy. I'm just letting everybody know right now. And I'm talking about fans that are diehard fans that they think the Dolphins brought Teddy on this team to beat Tua, and they believe he can do it. And again, guys, Teddy Bridgewater, beloved by wide receivers around. So I know that, Roadrunner. It's because they knew him on the Saints. I'm just telling you. I was just giving you a little bit of Twitter stuff because I was listening to Twitter all day.
Where I'll be living,
restaurants, things to go do,
all that good
stuff. So we talk about the decision to come here to Miami. What was ultimately the deciding factor for you to sign with the Dolphins?
Man, everything just felt perfect. Honestly, timing, alignment. It just felt like the exact place that I needed to be. The fans were showing so much love, reaching out, just expressing their want for me. Then the team, the front office, the coaches, they just expressed how much they wanted me in this building, be a part of this team, the vision that we have moving forward. Man, it was a no-brainer, really.
We love to hear the fans are all in your corner now and getting you that recruiting pitch a little bit there on social. It works. There you go. You guys heard it there first. So you come into an offensive line room that has a lot of young, talented players here. How do you think that your experience and wisdom can really help out the entirety of that Dolphins offensive line?
Just really that, coming with my experience, being vocal and leading by example. I know what it takes to perform at a high level up front. I know how hard it is, and I know how it's not a very rewarding position. You know, we do our work, we do our job, and that's it. That's what we're supposed to do. And we're not the glory spots. We're not scoring touchdowns, celebrating. So making guys comfortable with that, or just thrive for that self gratification or gratification between ourselves when we know what our impact is. That's the standard. That's the standard. We're stepping out to have impact blocks.
Man, I love to hear that, guys.
see-
I don't know about you, but it was something I said right when we got this guy was, what better person on and off the field for our young guys to learn behind how to be a true professional, how to come out there and dominate and be somebody for these young guys to emulate. Man, dude, you couldn't have got a better. Same thing with Tyreek Hill. If you tell all your wide receivers try to be like that, even if they can't because they're not Tyreek, well, maybe Jalen could, but everyone does their best to be like it. You raise the bar gets raised. Long gone are the days of the bar as DVP. And another rumor, guys, real quick, and I put this on Twitter. And again, if you're not following me on Twitter, that's all right. Try to follow me on other places, but DVP out you. And now something we speculated, shout out to some of my guys in the group chat. We speculated about the Packers. And again, I said this, the Packers been wanting him. But it's the Eagles that are pushing real hard for DVP. So don't be surprised if the Eagles end up with Devontae Parker and good. Sorry, DVP, but this stacked wide receiver room, especially when that Deebo trade come through, watch out now. I don't know, guys. That Deebo trade would literally fucking blow my mind. But all right, so let's get back to the video, you guys.
Tyreek and Waddle make plays, make touchdowns. We're making touchdowns. They just look different.
Opening the holes. The same level of excitement for you as it is for those guys running in, right?
Listen. It's nothing better than me having a big impact block and a running back scoring off my block. So that's my touchdown. Like, I want the ball, really. I want that ball after the touchdown.
There's a couple of clips of you in that 6-touchdown game from Kamara back against the Vikings where you took a guy all the way off the sidelines. Man, that's like one of my favorite clips I've ever seen in my entire life from an offensive lineman.
I appreciate it.
Really good. And speaking of that, I saw some clips of you also, talking about working with younger guys, the offensive line masterminds. It's something that you're very into and very involved with. How did you kind of discover that passion for helping younger players? And why is it so important for you to kind of impart your wisdom on the...
Again, guys, I did my homework on Armstead, and I watched this earlier, but he's going to tell you why this team valued him so much and why he's on this football team. And again, I know there's a lot of speculation. Hey, he's a left tackle. They should have went right tackle. To me, having an elite tackle on the left side is where you hope to always get, because that's where the elite pressure comes from. Granted, I could see a better reason for a right tackle, but fuck all that noise, dog. Go get the man. So anyhow, this is, and I'll rewind it just a tad bit, but this is a great question by Travis here, and it's his answer's even better about what kind of leader we're getting on this football team for our young Austin Jackson, Liam Eichenberg, even Solomon Kinley. And I know people are forgetting Solomon Kinley. Shout out to Solomon Kinley, you guys. Go follow Solomon Kinley and Robert Hunt on Instagram. These boys are putting in extra work. I'm seeing pictures of guys in Miami having fun. I'm only finding pictures of Solomon Kinley is slimmed down. These guys look jacked up. They know that they're going to have to earn every snap on this team. Again, bar raised, bar raised. Bar raised, bar raised, meaning you gotta put out. You got guys that are working hard. You look at someone who's getting hundreds of millions of dollars, you find out why. Because they're getting hundreds of millions of dollars and working. That's how it works. You get what you put in. The only thing that stands in most people's way is fear and laziness. Words to live by, audience out there, everyone. Go get you. Go do you. Because you can and you should. And that's what you're supposed to do. Again, sorry, y'all got on a little bit of a tangent there because this is the kind of leaders we need around here. And this guy gets it. And I'm grateful to have him.
Talking about working with younger guys, the offensive line masterminds, it's something you're very into and very involved with. How did you kind of discover that passion for helping younger players? And why is it so important for you to kind of impart your wisdom on the next generation?
I think it's just kind of natural for me to share my knowledge and experience. I feel like I have a lot of leadership qualities that has been ingrained in me through my upbringing and then my early years in the league. So my trainer, Duke Manyweather, he puts that platform together, and it's just a great time to bounce ideas off each other, to just talk through different situations and scenarios that come up while playing this game. So O-Line Masterminds is a perfect platform.
So what he's talking about in O-Line Masterminds is essentially the same thing that Von Miller started doing with the pass rushers, and where they get together with all the players and in the offseason and the guys, and they're invited along and they sit down and coaches go over things and they go over film study, and these guys hone their craft. Okay. And a constant speaker at those things is this guy, Terron Armstead. Now, granted, not everyone's got his athleticism and got his insanity, but I'm telling you, to be that kind of person, that's who you are. And that's what we got in the building. And with our offensive line scheme, dude, we just bought a coach on the field, elite talent for $15 million a year. Let's go, guys. I mean, holy shit. Remember, you're going to see a jump on our younger guys when they come out there. You're not going to see, listen, there'll be growing pains with everybody. But I think really a lot of these coaches look at these young guys we got on the team, and I know everyone goes, oh, Tua couldn't do nothing because this team sucks. This team sucks. I don't think the coaches view all these players as shitty players. Jesse Davis, bye-bye, obviously. But I don't think they look at Dieter or they look at Solomon Kinley or Roberts or Hunt or Jackson and think none of these guys are good enough football players that can't be great football players. And I've said this plenty. Offensive line by committee. Just remember, packages coming in. We're literally a speed offense. Can you imagine seeing a guy like Robert Hunt or even Solomon Kinley or Austin Jackson get to the second level, set up a block on a safety for a guy like Waddle or Tyreek Hill? That's it. You can't catch those guys. The last line of defense was set up on a block, schemed out to get one of your fast linemen out, cut back the other way. Dude, this is going to be an offense to behold. I can't wait to see it live. It's going to look like a video game with guys running zigzags all over places. And because we have talent that emulates talent that we have, our floor is risen so high that when somebody is taken off the field for a breather, the next guy that comes in, when you just forget about it, guys. Let me get back to the video. I'm sorry. My brain is just imagining the beautifulness of the Dolphins season coming up.
For guys, young and veterans, to come in and just learn, to get different ideas and understand we're all trying to do the same job. It can be done different ways, different technique, different terminology, but we're all trying to complete the same objective.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, man. I've been going back over those. There's a whole bunch of them. Duke posts them on Twitter, so they're available for you on Twitter there. But you also did an interview at the HBCU Legacy Bowl this past offseason talking about mentoring the players at that game. Why is it so important for you to pay it forward to an HBCUs coming from Arkansas Pine Bluff like you did?
I know the road, and it is a longer road, honestly. Just different opportunities and access that you have at these smaller schools compared to the bigger ones. So just got to understand the value of staying course, staying hungry, putting your best foot forward, learn how to be professional.
Y'all heard him, right? Staying hungry. He understands it. This is a guy you gave money to that knows how to be that guy. And he continues to surround himself with young talent, trying to learn, trying to grow. This is what it's about. It's not just about football, everybody. It's about life. This guy gets it right here. Look at him looking right at you in your soul right now. Do better, everybody.
So a lot of other schools have alumni that come back and just share their experiences. Small schools, we don't, not as much, not as frequent. We get a chance to hear it and know what to expect on that next level. So I think it's important to just be able to articulate that, spread that knowledge and experience.
Definitely. Talking about, the leadership qualities. I want to talk some football with you now. What about this offense that you've seen from, tape or just experience around the National Football League? How do you think this offense suits your skill set?
That word perfect comes right back to play. Like,
yeah, boy.
What I like to do, be explosive, physical, get out and run, play fast. This is that, we get a chance to go. We want to turn these games into
freaking guys a house.
And we have a track team.
That's right.
We have a track team, but we have a physical track team. And we will never, the front line, we can never let that be foreshadowed by the speed. Like, that physicality has to be our number one implement. And then the speed kills.
All plays together, definitely. So you also reunite here with Frank Smith, Dolphins offensive coordinator, former offensive line assistant there in New Orleans. What do the Dolphins have here in Frank Smith, and how would you describe your relationship with him?
He's just a very special individual, really cerebral guy, intelligent man. He was my assistant line coach my rookie year in New Orleans, so 10 years ago. And that impression that he left on me 9 years later was instrumental for me coming back, reuniting with him again, so having him, the way he sees the game is different, is unique, and it works. He's had a ton of success in his coaching career. And I think paired with Mike is even more crazy, two masterminds. Frank is a guy that understands who he is as a coach and what he does best.
Star-studded team to fit this star-studded coaching staff. As you hear the big man say it again, I'm going to rewind it a little bit right here, because I just want you guys to hear it again, because this is why everybody should be just jacked up on the edge of their seat. And again, everybody, when I say that Dolphins aren't done, look no further than where the owner and GM are. They ain't out taking their credit yet. And why not? Because they ain't done. So we'll continue.
Individual, really cerebral guy, intelligent man. He was my assistant line coach my rookie year in New Orleans, so 10 years ago. And that impression that he left on me 9 years later was instrumental for me coming back, reuniting with him again, so having him, the way he sees the game is different, is unique, and it works. He's had a ton of success in his coaching career. And I think paired with Mike is even more crazy, two masterminds. Frank is a guy that understands who he is as a coach, and what he does best is allow players to understand who they are. And you'll be surprised at how frequent NFL players don't have the confidence in knowing who they are as a player, finding ways to play to their strengths, talents, and abilities. Frank does a great job of getting that out of players so they can put it on film.
That's perfect. It goes back to kind of something you talked about, masterminds, when you mentioned know about
I don't know about y'all, but I got
different guys that have your type of skill sets that you can use and take what they use.
Absolutely.
And put into your games. That's great stuff. Obviously, you come here also to block for quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. What do you like about his game?
I think he's as accurate and as precise as I've ever seen. Really smart.
Nice.
I know some of his college teammates, so they talk about him. They all love him. I'm excited to meet him, excited to block for him, put myself on the line for him, make sure the other guys are doing the same at all times. So, listen, this whole everything in this totality, I'm excited about it.
The smile on your face
For
definitely tells us that. So, have you had a chance to meet Coach McDaniel yet?
Oh yeah.
Initial impressions there?
Listen, man, Mike is
yeah,
Mike
boy.
is great, man. The energy he's bringing, just the vibe. He's excited. He's just man, and it's contagious. That energy is contagious.
I love it.
Like I know how I can have a feel for how practice will be from the energy, from the competition.
Let's go.
I like it. I'm ready.
How about Coach Applebaum? You met him yet?
I have met Matt, talked to him for a while. Really smart football mind. Been back and forth between college and the pros. So from that developmental standpoint, he understands it. He knows how to get that done. And then having NFL experience too, he knows how to deal with veterans like myself. He's a guy where he doesn't feel like he know everything. Won't be a dictator in that room. This is a man's business. We're all grown men. So being able to work with each other, it's been great talking to Matt. I'm excited to work with him in depth, learn from him. I'm excited to be coached by him. I think it's gonna be great.
His players at BC loved him. I had a chance to catch up with those guys at the combine. They were effusive in their praise of Coach Applebaum. So, you come into this position with the Dolphins after a 9-year career in New Orleans, and, so many other linemen now are showing this longevity across the National Football League, playing well into their 30s. I mean, Andrew Whitworth just retired. Was it 40 years old? So how is that accomplished, do you think? How do guys on the offensive line have longer careers nowadays?
Just understanding the game, really, playing smart, really knowing how to get the job done, angles, leverage, physicality. You got to be blessed and fortunate to have health. Not too many serious injuries or season-ending injuries and things like that. So it's a collection of things, but you have to be a smart, cerebral player. You got to be able to know the game and know how to diagnose the game to play so long, because it's new talent that comes in. So the game evolves at all times. It's a lot more open and spacing and passing than it was back in the day when we were running the ball so much. So being able to adapt to that, the evolution of the game, the X's and O's, being a student of it, it speaks to the few that's been able to do it at such a high level for so long.
You know that as well as anybody. I think your first 4 years, you guys like a top 4 passing offense. And then your next 4 years, like top 4 rushing offenses. Yeah. So back and forth there in New Orleans. So I want to go away from football here for just a second. One thing that I think that those other linemen don't have that you have is the bars. Your rap career. I've seen a few videos of them.
Here it comes.
Continue that down here.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. The music is a part of me. I've been doing it for a long time. We started rapping in high school. Been doing it since. Just started putting it on like big platforms though. So now
just started when he got into Miami too, boy. Signed a record deal. Part of the kickbacks of being on the Dolphins team. Just saying, y'all.
Now that I put my first few singles on all streaming platforms, one of them kind of took off more than I ever even imagined.
No joke, Buddy's killer. Someone told me to check him out, and I did. He's pretty good. Maybe I'll play one of the songs on here.
Dropped the album. The album did well. Now it's time to put out more music, and I love doing it.
More content. We'll take that. One more question for you here, Terron. So you have an opportunity here in Miami, whether it's on the football field, whether it's in the community, whether it's going out and just learning the area of South Florida. What's one thing you're looking forward to most about being in South Florida?
Just embracing the city, really embracing the city as a whole, and having them embrace me as a man, and embrace my family. Be inviting and welcoming to the city, allowing me to get into the community, because that's what I do. That's naturally what I do. So when I map out exactly where I get my schedule and my routines together, I'll be at different schools, hospitals, trying to figure out ways to
what a gem
these programs that I've been building. I got a community center in Illinois, I got a learning center in New Orleans. So just trying to implement
what a
these
gem this guy is.
Florida. The more people we can touch and impact in a positive way, that's what we'll continue to do.
That's awesome stuff. Terron Armstead, Dolphins offensive tackle. Thank you.
I mean, guy is just legit in every which way. I was worried about the money, worried about the potential for injury. Still am, because a lot hinges on him. But for the value and the way the contract is structured for him to be on the field, and now digging more into how the off-field stuff, because to me, he's going to be instrumental in getting this offensive line up to speed, getting this offensive line firing on all cylinders, and getting some of these younger guys to the level we expect them to get at. And we're going to be able to have, a future. We got a future, and we could potentially have an immensely fire offensive line for the foreseeable future. And that's kind of something what we talked about earlier with why the Dolphins might be spending some of these picks, because if they're going to try to compromise this plan because of things that happened, well, and if Ross isn't going to be around here recognized as an owner because of something, they get him nailed to the wall, and he'll know that before anybody. Understand that, everybody. Before I ever come on here and be like, oh shit, watch out. The only way I'm going to know is he starts spending those draft picks and starts spending the money. So when they do kick him out, don't matter. Every move the team that's made of is a Stephen Ross team. And don't forget, everyone, he owns everything with that stadium right now. Just because they say you can't be a Dolphins owner don't mean he got to get rid of his racetrack. He got to sell that land. He got to get rid of that parking lot. Got to get rid of his tennis court. His Miami Open. So he's kind of positioned himself to say, hey, uh-oh, I'm no longer the owner, yet I own everything else. Just wait and see, everybody. What's up, Mr. 305? Jason, I seen you up in this 100 ants. The Geyser 13. Thomas in here. Bill, what's happening, brother? Bill, was that you I found on Twitter? Was that you I found on Twitter, Bill? My guy, Jason. Jay up in here. Samuel, FM, EM. I seen you dropping through here. Agent Smith stopping by. Great community service. Appreciate it, my brother. Shake Money. The fam up in here. DDG, Josh, CB, and AB. AB coming up in this I see you guys. I know, EM. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. Shit, it's going to get so insane. First of all, guys, when I do go to the Dolphins to watch them live, I hope to see as many of you guys come out to the tailgate party. Come hang out with me. I'll have my kids. I'll bring my old lady. Hopefully they'll come. Maybe. I'll at least try to bring my son. I don't know if I could make my daughter or wife come again. They, it all depends on the time of the year. They usually try to hit it in December where my birthday's at. So, but everybody, I'm hoping to see as many of you guys at one of these games next year. We'll do a big, massive blowout. As far as, getting crunk goes and doing the party right. Maybe I'll let my hair down a little and, maybe we won't broadcast that show. You'll get to see El Capitan live in action. Because a guy that wears a purple suit and, walks around like the Joker, it's more than just an appearance. It's an embodiment, if you will. And also, guys, the Dolphins believe in this embodiment. So just to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about, this is my Twitter right here. And right there is the penguin and the cheetah. And just so you guys know, they're pairing up with the Joker. And for anyone who hasn't heard, there's a storm coming.
You think all this can last? There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne. You and your friends better batten down the hatches, because when it hits, you're all gonna wonder how you ever thought you could live so large and leave so little for the rest of us.
That's right, bitches. Because we ain't the Miami Dolphins. Same old Miami Dolphins. Shout out to the guys at Same Old Dolphins. Love the show over at Dolphins Talk. Love Dolphins Talk. Shout out everybody over there. We ain't the same old Dolphins. That's right. That's right. Oh, yeah, that too. FM. El Capitan got a little Prince in there as well. That guitar sitting around here ain't because I don't know how to play it. So I do know how to jam it down. Oh, yeah, Lorenzo. Best all the way. Oh yeah, El Capitan seen me live, or El Cap for Life seen El Capitan live in action. You already know, boy. So yeah, guys, let's get on to the next one. It's Tyreek Hill. I don't know anybody on earth who isn't jacked up about Tyreek Hill. I don't know anyone outside of a select few that knew about the Tyreek Hill as early as I did. And really, when I heard it, it got real quiet. And that's when it happened. And that's when I kind of talked about it, because I was like, hey, I can't see this happen. There's just no way. The Chiefs aren't going to let him go. Deebo is the front runner by what I'm hearing, and it went dark on the Tyreek Hill. But that's exactly how Chris Greer operates. And right now they're dark on a couple of other things. And my sources are telling me there's another crack. And even guys like Barry Jackson have alluded to it. They haven't come out yet. Chris Greer and Stephen Ross haven't come out and going, yeah, what y'all think? Huh? What you think? They haven't done that yet. So until I see that, ain't nothing done. And again, they might want to spend those 2 picks. Oh, well, won't go into every little detail, but I will be reporting as best I can with as much discretion to my sources as I can afford for the entertainment for my audience. I will relay everything I can and give it to you. Agent Smith, calm down with the vagina talk, bro. Relax. All right. You were born in the dark. No way, John. So, all right, let's get on with the Tyreek Hill, and then we'll bring Color up here after the Tyreek Hill thing. But chat it up with Color. We missed Color on Thursday night. We need days off around here, guys. It's a lot between the business I run during the day and this business I run at night for El Capitan to give you everything. And I never stop, guys. I literally sleep like 4 hours, 5 hours, which I've always kind of been that way. But now every waking hour is business, family, and source talk and leads for the Dolphins, and then business for my life and money. It's just, I'm loving every minute of it, because this is what it is, guys. You got to push yourself. You just heard Terron Armstead. You ain't getting nowhere by slouching. And you're welcome, guys. I thank you for appreciating and being a part of it and hitting the like button, everyone. And I appreciate every one of you. I do it for you guys. I do it for the Dolphins. I do it because I love the Dolphins. And, I love people with the Dolphins. Nothing is funner than even, not just at the game, but I don't know if any of you guys ever been a part of the Fin Fans Club, but like if you live far away and you find a Fin Fans Club and, you go and visit, like that's the thing the Dolphins have done really well at is if you're in New Mexico, you look hard enough, you can find a Dolphins club where a lot of them are meeting up and going watching a Dolphins game somewhere. And when you're there, you're like, thank God I'm around people that understand, that know what it's like to be a Dolphins fan, that it took the Joker, the Cheetah, the Penguin, and other villains to come back and take down Gotham and go get the trophy our damn selves, Miami style, bitches. So, all right, let me get on with the interview. Shout out Travis Wingfield. Buddy is a champ. What a guy.
What's up, Dolphins fans? Travis Wingfield here, the host of the Drive Time podcast on Miami Dolphins Podcast Network, and I'm joined today by new Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill, the Cheetah. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be in front of you, so thank you.
You're too kind. You're too
wow.
kind.
Yes, sir.
So you're here in Miami now. We saw the airplane video. You flying down with the family. Is it all hitting you yet? You excited to be down here in South Florida?
Yeah, man, I am very excited. I am ready, but it still hasn't set in, with me yet. Maybe first practice, feeling the grass, feeling the wind, hearing the music. That's when it will begin to hit me. So I'm ready.
So we saw
that hat is fire as hell. I'm going to have to go to fanatics.com and go get that hat, bro. That's happening.
The reports early on, was it Tuesday morning, about the trade happening, and there was some competition for the Dolphins to get you, to acquire your services here.
Right.
Why did you ultimately decide to come to Miami?
Man, just the offensive firepower, just the talent, nothing against no other team, on the defensive side of the ball, they got Miami has a great defense. And like I said, Tua, man, like a great arm talent, very precise, accuracy.
There you go,
like,
Tyreek.
Very accurate. So
let's hear that
excited.
again.
Nothing against no other team, on the defensive side of the ball, they got Miami has a great defense. And like I said, Tua, man, like a great arm.
Did you hear that, Dolphins fans? Shout out to Tua from Tyreek Hill. Again, and I know you Tuaneers that are in the chat are got to be freaking out because he just said it himself. It's Tua why he's here. And man, oh man, dude, I can't wait to see how they get to use this in this offense and this weapon. It's going to be something to behold.
The ball, they got Miami has a great defense. And like I said, Tua, man, like a great arm talent, very precise, accuracy. Like he's very accurate. So I was excited, man, to team up with a left-handed quarterback. I've never played with a left-handed quarterback, by the way, so I'm very excited. It's going to be interesting catching passes from Tua, so it's going to be fun, man. Meeting guys like Jalen Waddle, getting coached by Wes Welker. So, I mean, who wouldn't choose the Miami Dolphins, baby?
I like the answer. So you mentioned Tua's accuracy. How does his accuracy help your game take it to the next level?
Well, being a speedster, man, like ball placement is everything, being accurate, Tua putting the ball in the right spot for myself, gives me the ability to catch and run, so I won't have to slow down for any passes. So like I said, I'm very excited for it, man, and I can't wait to get the timing down with Tua.
Yeah, you talk about the speed. You clock year in and year out on Next Gen Stats some of the fastest high speeds in the National Football League, man. It's cool to go over that list and see your name on there so many times. How do you think your speed threatens and challenges a defense? What does it ultimately do to a defense and how they have to attack you and approach you guys?
Like I say, like this year is going to be interesting. Like it's new for myself and for the offensive coaches here. So it's going to be fun. Like staying up at night, drawing up plays for myself, just thinking of different ways, to help me get the ball and also, help my teammates get the ball, So I'm just here to try to win games, and also have fun, so there it is.
Yeah, you mentioned Waddle and then talk about speed. He's got plenty of that as well.
Right.
I saw you talking about being excited about him, maybe doing the Waddle for us a little bit, the Penguin Waddle. Well, what does his speed do to help your game, and how can your speed help his game?
Well, you never can double team, both speed guys, because there are numerous weapons.
First of all,
team,
so let me stop this video real quick.
Another.
There ain't nobody on defense that can cover him one-on-one. They got to give help. And Waddle pushing him downfield, I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Oh, man, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, I know, FM. Guys, if you ain't subscribe to the channel. We might hit 900. You know what, too, guys? You know what we are going to do? We're going to give away the other hat that I have tonight. Here it is. I got the other hat ready to go. Miss Finn's won the other one, the old school hat. So I'll give away the hat tonight. If you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe. You got to subscribe to win the hat. I'll put this in. We'll get this set up at some point during the show before I bring color on, and we'll do the drawing. It's a random drawing. Anyone can win it. I'll tell you guys when you got to put in the keyword into chat. Got to subscribe to the channel. Get us over 900, guys. Where are we at? Someone texted to me. Where are we at? Let me know in the chat, guys. Where are we at right now with the subscribers? How close are we to getting to 900? 895. All right, so we only need 5 more subscribers, you guys. So 5 more subscribers. We'll give away the hat. Let's give it some time. Thanks, my brother. Appreciate it, everybody. Appreciate everyone. I'm getting all kinds of different numbers here, but we'll see. I think, Shelby, we started with 866 is what happened. Who knows? We out you. So we'll give away the hat either way. If we hit 900, we'll give it right away. When we hit 1,000, wait till you guys see Fanatics giveaway. we're going to celebrate, guys. Got a whole video ready and set to go for the 1,000 subscriber mark. Oh shit, we just hit over 900, you guys. Look at that. All right, fuck it. Let's give the hat away right now to celebrate, you guys. Everybody ready? All right, give me just a second. Let me set this up. All right, let's do it, guys. Let's give this other hat away. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing. Love giving you guys the content. Love every one of you guys. Hashtag TFTG. All right, guys. So, everyone who is subscribed and is on YouTube, and if you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, can't get this. You can only get it if you're subscribed on YouTube. So, hashtag TFTG. That's what you got to do. You got to come on to YouTube, hit the like button, hashtag TFTG in the comment sections. I will put it there. Make sure it is capital, hashtag TFTG, just like this right here. Thank you, Ken Sean. Yeah, you can subscribe with any alias you would like. If you guys, as long as you keep the subscription of the alias, just like that, guys, hashtag TF Aqua. It's got to be capital, my brother. I don't want you to not get your chance. All capitals. There you go, Aqua. Everybody get it in. I'm going to give people a chance from Facebook and Twitch and Twitter to get a chance to come over. I know there's a lot of people on watching live right now. We're about 130. So I'm going to give them some time to get the entries in. Let's go ahead and watch the video for a little bit, you guys. And everybody, go on from Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Come over, subscribe to YouTube, and put in the comments, hashtag TFTG. Get a chance to win Miami Dolphins hat. So I'll give you everybody a second. Let's watch the rest of this video. We got about 5 minutes left. At the end of the video, we'll do the drawing. All right, guys? So let's get back to watching the video. I don't know how jacked up. I'm so jacked up. I can't wait. Tyreek Hill. Probably going to be a Tyreek Hill jersey we give away on the show, guys. We'll talk more about that later because it's either a Tyreek Hill, a Javon Holland, or a Jalen Waddle jersey we'll give away when we hit the 1,000 subscriber mark from Fanatics. So
up and coming threat, well, he is definitely a threat, so I'm just excited just to see it all.
Your game, and how can your speed help his game?
Well, you never can double team, both speed guys, because there are numerous weapons on this team, so Waddle is definitely another up and coming threat, well, he is definitely a threat, so I'm just excited just to see it all, another fast guy on the field, who can run routes, basically do the same thing you can do, so I'm ready for it, man.
You mentioned your teammates, also the coaches, Mike McDaniel. What's your first impression of Coach McDaniel?
Oh, he's great. Like, he's probably the funniest guy I've ever met, and a coach, so his funny is like sarcastic funny too, though. So I mean, I love the guy already. His energy is definitely contagious, and definitely a guy you would want to play for on Sundays, Mondays, or Thursday, whatever the case may be, even practices, because he's one of those guys who is going to hold you accountable and also going to make sure he gets the best out of you, so I'm very excited to play for Coach McDaniel.
You also mentioned Wes Welker. Did you watch him when you were growing up as a kid?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Back when he was in.
Again, guys, amazing to think what Tyreek Hill is going to bring in educating. There was no one else in the NFL with the skill set to teach a guy like Waddle how to do his job better as a professional. This was the only man. This was the only guy that could show him in the speed, velocity, and say, do it like this. And him go, oh, like that? Yeah. Turn your toe this way when you cut and spin around. That's how you're going to do it. It's a hell of a time to be a Dolphins fan. Guys, I see a couple of you guys on Twitter, Dr. Who was it? Nathaniel, and a couple of people on Facebook. Your TFTGs aren't coming through. You have to be on YouTube and subscribe on YouTube and put hashtag TFTG on YouTube to get a chance to win the hat. Just letting everybody know. So, all right, let's get back to this so we can do this hat drawing here directly. Let's finish this up. I want to give people a chance on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, because there's tons of people that watch on the other platforms, to come over to YouTube, subscribe, so everyone will get a chance. Hashtag TFTG in the comment sections on YouTube will get you a chance to win the hat.
In New England, he was a monster, man. You know, but Wes Welker, just his whole story, you know, like being cut by the Chargers and then bouncing around teams, you know, like stories like that, like really, like, you know, impressed me the most. You know, small guy, you know, undrafted, you know, and things like that. So I'm excited to play for Wes Welker, man.
So we talk about the offense
again. Probably the only coach that could look at Waddle and say, all right, so this is what I could tell you to do here. I mean, it's Waddle must be ecstatic to now have a coach like Welker and a veteran like Tyreek Hill to learn from. I mean, his trajectory was already all the way up. Now it's going to break the stratosphere. He's going to break the stratosphere.
The side of the football, but on the other side of the ball, Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, those training camp matchups, you looking forward to those?
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, it's going to be a lot of fun going against two great cornerbacks in the Xavier Howard and Byron Jones, you know, so it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of trash talk, and I love trash talk, man. So I'm excited, man.
I think the fans are going to be pretty excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to see it personally. Right. So you talk about your role in Kansas City, not just as a playmaker, but as a leader, you know, in 6 years in the NFL now. Right. How have you kind of grown and evolved in that leadership role in your career here so far?
Well, man, when I first came into the league, man, my whole thing was just, you know, playing at a very high level. Like I didn't know, you know, if I was going to be a leader. I didn't know. I didn't know what I was going to be. I just wanted to play ball, you know, but as the years went on, like it kind of grew on me, like more and more, you know, like the older I got, like the more guys that came in that were younger than me and they wanted to learn from me. So
look at him, bro.
Just being able to be that role model, just being able to, like, you know, help those guys, take them up under your wing, just teach them everything that you know means a lot, man. And, you know, God bless those, you know, who like bless others, you know. So I feel like me helping young guys like
listen to that again, guys.
Who like bless others, you know. So I feel like you can just teach them everything that you know means a lot, man. And, you know, God bless those, you know, who like bless others, you know. So I feel like me helping young guys like me, Cole Hartman, and other guys along the way, you know, God bless me today or this week. So that's the way I look at it, man. And I'm gonna.
It's a pay it forward, and you know, that was. You notice he didn't hype that up. That was right from his core belief system, and it's something he can see that he's getting more out when he's putting more in as far as giving. And guys, we just got some veteran leaders, and we've been needing it, and it's going to get the most out of this football team and the young guys we got on it.
Continue to do that, because I know I'm not always going to be in the NFL. Those guys got to, you know, come up just like I did, you know, and those guys are eager to learn, you know.
I have to imagine you take your role as a leader here with the Dolphins now heading into year 7 is a pretty serious one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm definitely not going to like step on any toes or anything, but like I say, I'm here to work, man, just like everybody else, and win games.
So you mentioned Mike McDaniel a little bit, Wes Welker. What is it about Mike McDaniel's system, what this offense can do to help benefit your game?
Oh man, just helping me be able to get drunk off the yak, man. Like,
get drunk off the yak, bro. So, hashtag drunk off the yak coming at you.
His ability to call plays and just play calling timing is amazing. You know, I watched San Fran a lot last year, and the way that they use Deebo, you know, and you can see Deebo's game, man. He was all pro last year. You know, he was able to do his thing. Deebo is a great talent, by the way. You know, so I'm hoping for the same thing here in Miami.
Yeah, they've led the league in yak a couple times with McDaniel being there in San Francisco. So hopefully some of that here with the Miami Dolphins. So we talk about football a lot here, Tyreek. You talk about being home in Miami.
Right.
What's one thing you're looking forward to getting done outside of the football field? Like whether it's going to see a certain side or go to a restaurant, what's one thing you can't wait to take the family and go do down here in South Florida?
Man, I finally get to play some beach volleyball every day.
Oh, really?
I love beach volleyball. I love me some beach volleyball and just hanging out on the beach with my family, man. So I mean, those are like moments that I can't get back. So just being able to hang with my family on the beach, play some volleyball, play some U-ball, whatever the case may be, just creating moments and memories.
So Mike Gesicki, tight end, he's got some volleyball background. You guys might have to team up and get out there and go run some game.
Yeah, that would be perfect. I need a tall guy on my team.
Perfect compliment. Tyreek Hill, new Dolphins wide receiver. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having me.
Man, guys, I don't know about y'all, but I'm drunk off yak already. What's up? All right, everybody. Oops, sorry. Got something else popping up on there. Guys from 5 Reasons Sports Network automatically came loaded into the deal. Shout out 5 Reasons Sports Network. Alex Dono, my guy. Love you, Alex. Getting drunk off the yak later on, boy. All right, so guys, again, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, gotta come on YouTube. Hashtag TFTG. Almost 150 watching. Hit the like. Only 41 entries right now. I'm gonna give you guys just a few more minutes to get it in. Put the hashtag TFTG. Gotta come and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Facebook or Twitch or Twitter, not going to be able to get a chance to win it, and I want everyone a chance to win the Dolphins hat. And stay tuned, because when we hit that 1,000, we're going to give away some mo. We're going to give away some mo. We're going to give some mo away. So, guys, I'm going to bring color in just real quick before I give away the hat. Color.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's
up, everybody?
Jacked up or what, my guy?
I know, man.
Jacked up or
I
what,
really,
dude?
man, haven't played the position. I just absolutely love.
This guy's gonna straight drop bows on fools.
It's gonna be fun, man.
It's gonna drop bows on fools. Man,
look, I'll be on record right now as saying I don't see us losing a game at home.
Dude, you know what?
I mean, I don't know how a defense can keep up with this guy in Miami for 8 games or 9 games or however many we got at home this year. I mean, so real quick, I don't want to get into the whole Brady.
What do we got to get away to give away some bow-legged hose?
Right,
Gary. First of all,
I don't want to get all
when
into
when I'm up hitting 100,000 subscribers, and this is and I'm in the same room with color, and I got a whole full-on action. Y'all ain't got no idea where El Capitan gonna take this month. First of all, the prize you be winning is come and hang out with your boy, and we getting down Chinatown, like going. Don't worry, y'all. I'm playing it the long game. I look at a guy like Chris Greer, and I'm like, that's a man that's got a man with a plan. And I'm like, I'm gonna be like that. Color a little bit of feedback. All right, guys, that's it. We have 43 entries. That's it. 140 people watching at one point. 43 entries.
Better.
Down to the rest of you guys. Yeah, I don't hear me anymore. Down to the few. If you're on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, I hope you got it in there. Let's see. Let's share the screen. Boom. So there it is. Everyone can see it. It says 43 entries right now. So let's go ahead and hit this Boom. Random drawing, guys.
Look at
Russell!
that. I was actually going to call it for Russell for some reason. I had a feeling, man.
Russell,
I don't know why.
big winner chicken dinner, dude. Russell, you won, homie.
Yo, I seriously was going to call it for Russell. I swear to God, that's amazing.
Russell.
I was going to be like, I bet it'll be Russell for us, man.
That's awesome, brother. I'll have it sent out on Monday with the other hat that I'm having sent out for Miss Finn's. I'll also throw in TFTG bumper sticker. I try to put them in with the hats where everybody gets them so they can represent the TFTG family, because this is the tailgate party that never stops. For everyone who didn't win, stay tuned, because we're only 100 away from hitting that 1,000 mark. We got a graphic loaded up. I got some extra shit chilling in here. Where it is. Yeah, I don't even know. I got some cards I'm going to be giving away. That's it, brother. Spreading positivity. It's about the love, guys. It's about the love. When we hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, taking all the donations I've gotten up to this point, and I'm buying something from Fanatics for you guys. So every dime this thing has made at this point, which isn't very much, it's only like $75, but every dime of that's going right back into you guys to buy a jersey to give away when we hit the 1,000 mark. So I'm just letting everybody know that was always my intention. And when I started this thing back in November 17th, the day I first put my very first video, that same day I started my Twitter, my Facebook setup, whole ordeal, Twitch, everything I started on the same day, and got over 3,000 followers on Twitter, got close to 1,000 here on YouTube, got, I don't even remember how many on the other platforms, but I just want to say thank you, everybody. It was always my intention to give back whatever I get in. And when I first did the tailgate party that never stops, gave away a bunch of tickets, and we will do it again. So we will do that again. It is my full hope that we will do a tailgate party once a year, and some people will get some free tickets to come and hang out and party with us. Now, the tickets we got last year were so good. Probably can't drop that penny this time and bring as many people as I did, or maybe not, because I've got a hell of a lot of Dolphin fans that are willing to buy their tickets and bundle it up and throw this tailgate party right. Because we had the smoker out there, we were grilling tons of food, free food, gave away some football cards. This is what it's about, guys. I love you guys. We are Dolphins fans. We are here. There is understanding that family fight. And I see this too much on Twitter, and I see people picking fights and trying to put up walls and lines, trying to tell Dolphin fans that if they don't agree or that they're wrong. And it's always behind some veiled threat that I'm watching and I'm, I know, or, this is what's going to happen, or, telling people they don't know football. You know how many times I hear people in Twitter tell people that they don't know what the fuck football is? Like, any of these assholes even know what football, how to play it. Most of them don't. More often than not, you'll hear a person that's never played football tell someone that they don't know football. Hardly ever do I hear somebody who played football say that until it's said to them. Until it's said to them. It's always the first blow somebody says is that you don't know what you're looking at. And that's bullshit. So none of us have played pro football, or some of us have, and some of the people, that watch this show that I've been told have, and that they know, but you don't hear them going around telling people who watch the game that they don't know football. You ain't never heard someone say that unless it was in an insulting manner and they took insult. So really, when that first stone is thrown, because it's the end all be all trump that, hey, guess what? You don't know football and I do. Na boo boo. I don't like that shit. I don't like it. We don't have that around here on the Fins Tailgate. You can hate and you can fight, and we could talk about it up here, tailgate style. But all this trying to keep people out of the fan base and trying to be the arbiters of the gatekeeping and truth, it pisses me off, guys. It really does. And the Joker in me comes out because I look at this weak, feeble little structure that they're trying to put up, and I think to myself, oh, you know what? That's something where I can be all the cynicalness I want to be on them, because they kind of deserve it when they're being assholes like that. It's not really cool. And they know it. And they know it, Color.
And shout out to Luke, showing everybody on Twitter today how to conduct and how to host a Twitter space properly. Shout out to Luke. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Big Luke was killing it today. Great space.
Miami born right there, 305.
Right. It was amazing. Mr. Campbell really held it down. I I appreciate his spaces. I've been on them before. Very, very nice spaces. And you know what's funny is that there was a little bit of a Twitter mob came in there and tried to push people around on there, and he had to kick some people off there. And I ain't never seen him kick anyone off before, Uncle Luke. I ain't never seen him kick anyone out before and have to let people back in. It was very odd to me. Never have I ever seen that. He's not really that way. So they went in there to do that kind of stuff, to push around the narrative, and it wasn't fun. And then you know what? I could tell just from the time, and I was in that space for hour and a half or so. I could see where people would be like, "Oh, they're in here bashing Tua," but that ain't a fact at all. For certain, I seen them, and they were talking about Teddy Bridgewater, being competitive in this. And
there were a few people that were like, bantering
there were
back
people,
and forth about Tua, but it was all like, okay, you said your piece, and nobody's saying you ain't no Dolphin fan.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean?
And it came in where it was talked about that, oh, yada, yada, yada. You're not a Dolphins fan, and belittling and aggressive. It wasn't a conversation. It was an attack. And he's seen that real quick.
Ain't one of them people up top got told that people watch everything and that people see everything and all that. So y'all could take your googly eyes and just keep them coming, because we like it. We appreciate you putting your eyes on us. We hope you're watching.
Watch away, because I'm playing the long game. El Capitan ain't going nowhere.
That's what we're here to do. If you got steam to blow off, then come here and blow it off. If you don't like what I got to say, come here and blow some steam. That's what I'm here doing.
Ain't going nowhere but up.
Everybody that we invite and comes and is brave enough to come up on this panel and talk like every night, they're all doing the same thing. And we ain't belittled none of them.
No.
I'll yell at them all, but I ain't belittling none of them.
We don't do that around here, Color, and that ain't what tailgate party's about. And there's no fair fight in a fight of words when it gets like that, where if it was face to face, people are a little bit more minding their manners. There's all good fun and playing around, but minding your manners when it comes to talking at people, you don't talk at motherfuckers.
And on the business aspect, if there's anybody out, and on the business aspect, if there's anybody out there that's offended by people coming and watching us, come and watch us too. We'll send them back your way.
Well, first of all,
big deal.
Everyone.
There's 7 billion people in this world.
I listen. Everyone that comes to the tailgate party and sticks around, they see that it's exactly what the show is. It's a tailgate party. We don't have that around here. It's not meant for this ain't like a Twitter space where people scrap it out and say the N-word at each other. I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable. I don't like people in there with their
you two
racial
don't
slurs.
Like it either. It's not our it ain't even our choice.
It's very offensive to me to hear people get in the dirt and then try to belittle people, and they're measuring their fandom wings. I know, I've been a fan for forever. Like, I mean, I coached a little league team 14 years ago, and you don't know nothing about foot. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, you just sound so stupid. And I get it. But, right after what this flash mob, whatever agenda was played to kind of, make it toxic in a way where they were defending Tua when it really wasn't a bash Tua fest. It was an open discussion about Teddy Bridgewater, Tua, and it had other fans in there. Okay. Now, when another fan came into the space and he was just dogging right at Tua, every one of those people, and this is after the hype had in, but there was like I forget, it was a different fan of a different football team. I can't remember if it was like the Bears or the Vikings or something like that, but he was coming there and he was dogging on Tua in the same way that they were dogging on people about dogging on Tua. And every one of those people that they were trying to attack, saying that, the Tuanon was trying to attack, defended Tua and saying to this guy, hey, listen, you can't come in here and dog my quarterback like that, bro. And they're like, that ain't all right. That kind of way of he's still that jersey and his colors still are aqua and orange, and that ain't all right. So I appreciated that. And I let Uncle Luke know, man, that I was impressed on how they navigated. Not that I was impressed, but I was pleased to see that, you know, it was nice. It was a good thing, and he did it a right way. And even though he had to intervene at times, he still let people back in and explain to them that wasn't okay. Kind of like what I'm doing here. I'm gonna have to shout out to Uncle Luke. Maybe I could get him to come on the show one of these days, because what an amazing space he ran the way he did. And shout out to everybody that was in Uncle Luke's space earlier. You guys know.
Yep.
And love you, Uncle Luke. That was really good, man. It really, really was.
Pillar of the community.
Pillar. We love him. Russell, you gotta get at me on Twitter in the DMs to get that hat. Get me an address and I'll have it sent out. Just like Miss Finns did. Hook you up, brother. And everyone else who's watching, good luck next time.
I think Luke is like Miami's Nelly.
I don't know, because we got Mr. 305. We've got Trick Daddy. We've got everybody and their mothers repping Miami, and understand that all these guys.
We got several Nellies.
That's right, Nelly. You know, we got a million of them, and you got to remember, to all of them, they act accordingly, and they can be judgmental on anyone and everyone on the team, because that's the job. That's in the job description. And if I have criticisms of Tua, and you're telling me I'm not allowed to, that ain't okay. But when you go, you can talk, but I have criticisms about someone else, I don't hear nothing. So
yep, and if you think that criticisms are hate and all that, and that's your new paradigm that you operate in, that's your new vernacular. I'm sorry, I don't operate in that vernacular, and I'm sorry you think I'm a hater. And
got nothing for you,
I can't
dog.
do anything for that. You know what I mean? There's
no
pill I can give you. There's no drug I can give you that will cure you of that, other than a dictionary.
Color. The only people that have convictions on
I'm not even being negative either.
The only people
I think we got a lot to look out for this year, even if we rolling with Tua or not.
The only people who have convictions about preconceived notions of what the Finns tailgate is about are people who don't watch. That's all. That's
Pretty
it.
Much.
The people who listen, CB and AB who come in here all the time. And I know you guys poke at us, but I also know you guys are fans of the show, and you're also fans of this team. And we know that it's in good fun, and we don't take offense to it. We might call you out and get at you guys, and there's a couple of else in there. But as you guys can see, you know that we love you. We know you love us back. You know that we love the Dolphins. And when this team's on the up, we're going to be happy. And when this team's on the down, we're going to be bitching. And we might all see, if things fail around here, we might all see the reasons of the failure differently. Criticism is growth.
You know, Chris, it seems like AB and I are waking up 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning and arguing till sundown. You know what I mean? That's all we do.
That's it, bro.
You know what I mean? But here we are again at 11, quarter to 10 or quarter to 12 on the East Coast. And here we are again. You know what I mean?
That's it, bro.
So we appreciate that, AB.
Yep. And, you know,
I don't want to offend Joe Levesque, so you're only my number 2 fan, but Joe Levesque has the honors of claiming number 1 first before everybody. So, and since I'm too dumb to figure out YouTube analytics to go figure out who it really was,
AB and Color are like an old couple that are sitting in the restaurant bickering at each other.
We'll be living in Boynton together one day, like two old ladies
in some 910 square foot 2-bedroom 1-bathroom condo overlooking a golf course lake, and you guys go and do your shuffleboard every Tuesday evening.
I'll be out there going, your golf swing looks like Tua's, man.
You don't even know golf.
You don't even know golf.
You don't even know golf.
I think Green Rat might be taking offense to something. I don't know, but
Green Rat, don't worry about it, bro.
Probably totally irrelevant. He'll be like, you know, Chris, you said AB was your number 2, man. You're calling
Rat's the
number
bag
2
guy.
is known
He's
as
carrying
a
the
dump
bag
in most people's vernacular.
He's carrying the bag. I'll accept my award, guys, because again, you'd be surprised, guys.
Almost, Bill, almost.
So
not too far from there. If I went to a mall right now, it would probably be that one, just because it's probably easier and closer to get to.
So it would surprise a lot of people, but maybe it won't. But El Capitan's been being painted as the bad guy in circles.
Q, you're whatever number you want to be, buddy. I mean, you know what I mean?
So
you could be ground zero if you want.
But
you'll have to fight it out with Joe Levesque.
There's a lot of circles. There's a lot of circles where El Capitan and the people alike on the Fins tailgate are the bad guys around here, and not the bad guys in being the cool bad guy, which that was me anyhow, but being like people that the powers that be want out. That there's people that have a problem with the Fins tailgate, and they have a problem with how we conduct ourselves in our fandom and our show, and have a problem with us essentially. And
I think it might be because we're too liberated.
No,
we
you know
exercise
what it is, man?
liberty, man, and people are offended by that these days.
I had a lot of people for a long time tell me I had to do this because they're like, things and make observations and predict where it's going to go. And there's so many people you talk to about it. You're really wasting all the connections you have in not doing it, especially with the fun I want to have too. But when I started my Twitter and it goes from no Twitter followers and in 4 months to 3,100 Twitter followers, it's not by accident. It's because there was a lot of people waiting for El Capitan, but also this rubs people the wrong way. People think that I didn't earn this. People think that I'm fake or something like that. And granted, the good looks and the purple jacket do fool you, but this isn't anything new. They're threatened.
And sometimes ugly works too.
I know. That's right. That's right. So it is a hard flex, Justin, because I know that I make you insecure, and you know who I'm talking to. And there's not just one, but you know that El Capitan, the Joker's coming for you. And you see that this house of cards that you have people perceiving as mansions is built on nothing. When I am. And it came out looking like that because it is. And it makes people nervous. And I understand that. But that's okay. Because I didn't look for a fight. I'm looking for friends. So we're willing to move, grow, and get on. And I'm not gonna slow down my steam fucking with y'all. Because I ain't got no time for it. Because again, ooh, boy, we in playoff bound football, guys.
Yeah, I moved back home to be in the sunshine and close to my team, man.
I ain't never lived north of Daytona Beach. Never have I ever lived north of Daytona Beach. I've been outside the state a bunch of times, but I've only lived in Central to South Florida my entire existence. My whole connection. My whole family's traced back to when it began. It's literally my grandmother's name is Daniels, okay? And literally Jacksonville Founders Daniels. You could tell by if you drive around a lot of places in Florida, there's a street named after it. And it ain't like I got money, guys. That ain't what this is about. This is about lineage and understanding and being a good person and having good friends and doing what I brought to do here. And it makes people uncomfortable because they look at me and think that I'm fake because really they're projecting. It's them that is fake. And that's never what I intended. I'm here for the real thing. And I'll see you guys on Sundays at the Dolphin Stadium. And in the future, as this skyrockets up further and further, the plan is you'll see me there every Sunday. And
What's
this will
Anthony
be the
yelling
tailgate party.
About us now for, hold on.
It'll be the tailgate party that never stops. So, but I will sit back and accept my award.
I sit my shoulder that I'm sure somebody spit in. I just would like to say to all of you, kiss my ass, you rotten mother. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go home and put some water in Buck Nasty's mama's dish. Good evening.
That's right, bitches. So, more haters, more haters, more haters, more paper, more paper, more paper. Shout out to Prof, Prof, rapper, funny as hell, Minnesota area. Love him. Check him out. Killer. He said that, and it's no truer of a statement, guys. And that's it. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you, everyone. I know you guys. That's why I love you guys. Real ones recognize real ones, and that's what we will create. And the people who come here fake, hang around long enough, and understand that no matter how you or how people have perceived you, for you to have a poor self-image of what and who you are, I don't perceive you that way. That's not me. And you don't have to be who you are not to me. I'm not impressed with your fake doctrine, your fake ordeal.
Wrestler.
I'm more impressed with your conviction in yourself and being real. That's who I want, because that's the person that I'll make the real connection with, who I can be my friend like everyone else that's here. So holla at your boy. We're going to hit 1,000 here soon, Color. We said,
hey, you know what? So check this out. I didn't want to get all. I want to just say one quick piece about the Brady thing and all that. I've been on record. I really don't want Brady here. I'm not one of those guys that you can, if it happens, you can drag me kicking and screaming. I'll be happy that, I guess, that we're winning. And yes, I do think he gives us a better opportunity to guarantee a Super Bowl over a guy like Tua. But that's I'm not one. I first of all, disclaimer, I do not believe that it'll happen. I think it's complete and utter nonsense, all the rumors about it. But at the same time, the Dolphins have been keen on doing things that I think is utterly ridiculous. So somehow there are a few things, let's say if you put on the tin hat for a second, there are a few things that one could say, okay, if the craziness were to happen, you could list these 3 or 4 things to say, well, if we thought of those things, we could see it coming. But man, whatever. I don't even care. Now the Lamar thing intrigues me. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, I think Tua is starting no matter what, even if Teddy were to perform better in training camp, whatever, because you listen to guys like Tyreek, and he's not going to set himself up or pigeonhole himself. I mean, you know, he's pretty clear he is ready to work with Tua, whatever. That being said, going on that premise, which is the only one I have to go on with the least amount of assumptions, Tua is going to be the starter. And the thing about it is that encourages me a lot is I think people really underestimate what it is that Tyreek Hill brings. I mean, if you really look at the way the guy runs around in the secondary, I mean, if you're talking about like, okay, there's those that say, oh, well, when you look at that bomb to Devonta Smith in college, a lot of people say, oh, well, he's 15 yards wide open from the nearest defender because the defenders in college that they're playing are substandard and all that, which I get. And I'm one of those ones that makes that argument. But if you talk about something like what Big John keeps saying, besides the scheme and all that and the players and whatnot, about bringing Tuscaloosa to Miami, like Tyreek Hill is so good that when you talk about, the NFL DBs are faster, so there could never be anybody that wide open for Tua who could just chuck it up blind and know that it's going to fall into the hands of his receiver because the next defender is like 15 yards away. I mean, that's Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill makes NFL defenders look like those substandard college defenders that Tua played.
He's a hack. He's a video game cheat code, bro.
I'm still quite encouraged, even with Tua as our quarterback. Even though, yes, I'm not going to backpedal. I still think there's plenty of guys out there, including his backup, that could outperform him in any, in a consistent streak of games.
So Anthony, I want to
especially primetime games.
I want to address you real quick, Anthony, about people who are asking the question that you are. With Tua's limitations, as we've seen, it's not like he's got a Patrick Mahomes arm, and that's an unrealistic expectation to put on anybody because there's only one Patrick Mahomes. First of all, I think Tua is probably the healthiest he's ever been since being in the NFL. That goes without being said, and I'll hold him to that as well. But Tyreek Hill,
and you're talking about
Tyreek
adding
Hill,
into somebody that could potentially be just as good.
Tyreek
based
Hill,
on what we've seen out of Waddle in the little taste wewe've gotten,
Tyreek Hill is such a savvy.
Give me the ball.
He's such a savvy athlete and tactician of his job that he knows how to throttle someone mid-route. He knows how to tell Tua, listen, you put that ball 15 yards out in front of me up in the middle of the field, and I'll get up underneath it, even though it looks like I'm coming out of my breaking right, but I'm going to cut back left. I'm gonna get there. Don't worry about it. That connection's going to happen in the offseason. That's where that needs to be made. And it's with those types of tricks in the NFL where he says he's going to teach Waddle. Say, hey, Waddle, when you come up, sink your hip and put your outside toe to the right to show that you're breaking right, because that's how defensive DBs play, because they can't be looking at the ball. There's only so much. It happens so fast, but for everybody who hasn't played football, and I don't mean to say this in any way, but time moves slower inside the play. You know what I'm saying? It seems like you're out there forever sometimes. It's your heart rate's going in a way. But he can tell him, point your outside foot toe out right to make it look like you're going to break to your right, and then countersink on the balls of your feet and cut back left. Just something. There's tips that he's going to show him how to be faster inside a small space that Waddle's going to need. That Waddle's going to get growth. I saw your comment earlier, Bill. 5'6", born and raised. I'm over on the west side. You can go straight across, and that's where I'm at. I'm in Lee County now.
Stuck over here too.
My boy's still over there in the 5'6".
John Levesque makes a good point. He's our QB until he's not, and that's exactly where I'm at too. And the thing of it is that I'm comfortable with who we have behind him, because I believe who we have behind him probably deserves to start over him at this point until we see more in training camp anyway.
If it was day one starting, Teddy would win.
Right, and I'm not trying to disparage Tua. I'm just saying that at this point, before training camps even started, you got to realize that Teddy has started in some pretty thick situations already, and he could handle it. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm not afraid to say that I'm comfortable with Teddy, because that Teddy, is probably better right now, but that just goes to say that if we're 1-2, we don't have to sit here and suffer to 1-4, 1-5 like we do every year, because we've got Teddy.
1,000,000% with Teddy Bridgewater.
I want Tua to be the guy, continue to be the guy.
He is very respected. Again, I'd say this a lot. Very respected by his contemporaries with players and wide receivers, running backs, and other quarterbacks. He's beloved by athletes all over, and he's been hosting people. There's a reason why they asked Armstead, not just because Armstead knows Teddy from the Saints day, but because it's common knowledge that this time of year, Teddy Bridgewater was in Miami no matter what, throwing footballs to other wide receivers from all different teams.
Well, here's the thing, Chris. We may have now seen Patrick Mahomes' ceiling. Now that doesn't mean that Patrick Mahomes' ceiling wasn't Hall of Fame level. It's just to say that how much of elevating to that particular level is due to Tyreek. Now, I'm not saying Tyreek can elevate Tua to Patrick Mahomes' ceiling. What I'm saying is Tyreek Hill will bring Tua to whatever his ceiling is.
So, what?
Bottom line, if that's high, it's high. That's great.
Is it Wasim or Wasim? I don't know. Wasim El Handy asks, Teddy is better than Tua. Says who? What I mean by that,
in the way that
hold
Brady
on, Color. Let me
go ahead.
What I mean by that is essentially Teddy has been in this league a hell of a lot longer than Tua and has come back from injury, and He's had up and down success. Granted, Teddy right this moment, if they had him play the offense, he would know these plays and know how to handle them and be able to learn it faster than Tua. Teddy, athletically and quarterback and every other measure other than the stats, obviously, because the stats don't help Tua. I'm sorry, guys, but you two in ears, you can't go, oh, look at the stat. Sorry, Teddy beats you in the stats. The eye test tells me that Tua is a far way better athlete than Teddy is. And Teddy's a little older, and I personally believe the ceiling is far higher than Teddy's is. Teddy is at his ceiling, but this is probably the best football Teddy could ever play at this moment. He's a
Can I
savvy
add
enough
something real
veteran.
quick, Chris?
He's a savvy enough veteran, and he still has enough of the skill set to play. So don't think that Teddy's come in here to not try to play football. Not that he won't help Tua, and not that there's some quarterback battle. That's not really how it's going to go. But Teddy is the contingency plan because they don't look as there will be from this point forward no more washout years, no more rebuild. It's to the Super Bowl or bust for this Dolphins team. Go ahead, Color.
Yeah, I was going to just add that we're not. At least I'm not saying that Tua can't bring us to the same heights that Teddy can. I'm just saying that I think we have an idea of what heights those are with Teddy. So whether it's all the way or not, we could debate that. But the point is, also to Q's point, am I saying the narrative will be Tyreek will be the reason Tua improved, Tua lighted up? Not necessarily. That's not really what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that every great quarterback has a great receiver that has had to help, that has basically had to be the conduit for that quarterback to show his highest ceiling. You see what I'm saying?
So,
and I think that he very well could have been a conduit for Patrick Mahomes that allows us to see a ceiling in Patrick that we may never see again, is what I'm saying. We might see a regret. I mean, I'm not the only one calling this. Yeah. You know what I mean? As far as the regression in Patrick Mahomes, I'm really interested to see what happens out in Kansas City now.
Oh, there's going to be some growing pains no matter what, because they're gonna go young and they're gonna throw a bunch to the wall. They have a quarterback that's a damn great quarterback, so they're betting on that in the growth of younger players to balance their cap, and it's a smart bet. It's something they had to do. Anyhow, and he'll still have the safety blanket there with the big tight end. Yes, it is a new offense for Teddy as well, but not really. It's a zone blocking scheme. He's run that up in Denver, and again, Teddy is a well accomplished. He can figure out this offense very quickly if he doesn't already know the offense.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. It's not like he's got. It's really going to be about design on the paper, and Teddy will be like, okay, this, and he's got a million reference points. The same thing for Tua. If Tua was this long in his league, any quarterback that's had as much snaps in the NFL at this point are the ones that, Drew Brees didn't show the Drew Brees until he took the fire. That's all I'm saying. So at this point right now, plug play, start right now. Even probably week one, Teddy's probably knows the offense and could operate it better than Tua, but I don't think they would even at that. I think again, Tua being able to learn the offense, operate it, and once he's clicking it, there's no comparison to how it's going to look on the field from Teddy to Tua. But I don't know. Again, if Tua gets injured and allows Teddy in on the field to take his snaps, it would be ill-advised Tua Tagovailoa to let this man creep in on the field, because he is not to be trifled with. He's coming after the job. And sorry, everybody, people don't want to hear that. No, Teddy's just a backup. Teddy ain't look. He would love to stay out. If you think Teddy grew up in South Florida and doesn't dream about wanting to be a Dolphins fan, and that what he says is hyperbolic, you're full of shit. Okay, because Teddy has always said his whole life before he got into the NFL, and now it's confirmed, Marlins baseball player or Dolphins football player. That's what he's always wanted to be, and now he's one of them. Don't underestimate a man that is capable of that.
Yeah. Also, Q. I think given the training we've seen and the improvement in his physical attributes, I think if that translates, then we're also talking about, encouragement there. Now, that's not to say that, like, that's an automatic or a given. You know what I mean? It's like I keep saying, it's really up to Tua. You know what I mean? So, it's about my expectations. It's like I see all this stuff. I see guys like Tyreek Hill being brought in, and among others, we're getting him good protection. He's improving, physically, that I can see in training, at least what the taste we've been given. So my expectations are at a certain level. That doesn't mean I think my expectations are going to be fulfilled. That's why I'm so, what seems to be so negative all the time, even though I don't agree with that, using that word to describe myself. But it's more like I'm not, I've seen this 1,000 times over in 30 years. So it's, you know what I mean? It just doesn't faze me, I guess. Here's my expectations. That's what they are. I don't think they're going to be fulfilled. Luckily, this time around, we got a guy like Teddy, that's known for putting together 5 games in a row, in New Orleans. So, we'll see. It's all into his hands.
It's definitely in his hands.
Only going to be him that does it, not anybody else. It ain't going to be coach.
And
Coach ain't going to go out there and control him with a joystick or nothing. You know what I mean? So it's up to Tua. Always has been.
As far as the JC Treader, don't be surprised if that comes rolling in here in the next couple of days, guys. From my understanding, that Mathieu, Tyrann Mathieu, and I said this earlier, and JC Treader have offers on the table in the same way I told you guys about Armstead.
One more thing, Chris. I'm not saying he can't do it. How's that?
Who?
Tua. I'm not saying he can't do it. Is that fair?
Well, it's a double negative.
I'm using the Greer / Tua vernacular. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not saying he can't
he's
do it.
not nodding.
I'm not saying he's not able to do it. Fair enough.
It's wrong. Your tone of voice is wrong. This is your opportunity
for you. Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
So it's all up to him. And, guys, real quick, Dolphins fans are hype. Let's not get bogged down so much into the particulars, because next time we play a video like this, it's going to be the Dolphins in playoff football. That's going to be us, Dolphins fans, this year. The bar is set.
No doubt. No matter what happens at quarterback, I
don't give a shit if they've got fucking Cedric Wilson. And I'm sorry, guys. I've been trying not to cuss so much, but I get turned. I just get too excited. I can't hold myself back. I get all jacked up on this mud, and I can't hold back because I'm ready. I'm so ready for some playoff football.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
By the way, Chris, check this out. I made a sticky note earlier to remember to talk about this.
Oh, all right. Well,
yeah.
Color commentary coming at you.
So I included a couple other teams that are ahead of us in the odds, But I just wanted to, I included them just to illustrate that we're not far behind certain teams that are interesting, that we're not far behind. Now, we could debate a couple of those teams because one of them I happen to disagree with wholeheartedly. But, so
hold on,
I don't
Iceman, why are you bringing us down, brother? Cheer up,
I don't
man.
remember where we started at. Okay. But the Miami Dolphins currently are plus 4,000. We're 40-1 odds to win the Super Bowl.
Hold on a second, Color, because I want you to re-say that again. But Jim, just to let you know, when the Tyreek Hill trade happened, minutes after that, Diggs was like, "What the hell is going on?" his Twitter. That's what he said. They see, and I was in a Jets Twitter space. The Jets they're scrambling. They are fully in on the draft because they know they ain't getting shit in New York, because anyone's coming to Miami. They're not talking about Treader. They're not talking about Mathieu. They lost out on that Tyreek Hill deal. They are losers in that setup, and it hurts them. And that's right. Diggs does want a new contract, and it's going to strap them up because you know what? Thank you, Chris Greer, for doing everything you did, because although all these contracts are coming, they are well spaced in the future with money we've already got. We have a football team that is built for the now and the later and have flexibility. The only wrench in this plan is where we sit because of these allegations. But
Amen.
that does not mean that they're gone yet. Go ahead, Color.
I thought you were praying for a second there. I was closing my eyes with you.
Oh, yeah,
so
brother.
Anyway,
watch out.
Now the Dolphins are plus 4,000 to win the Super Bowl right now.
Woo!
Yeah, and that may seem like a lot, and it is, but here's the thing. We are tied at plus 4,000 with the likes of the New Orleans Saints, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. We are ahead of teams like Washington Commanders at plus 5,000, the Pittsburgh Steelers at plus 6,000, Chicago Bears at plus 8,000, the Seattle Seahawks at plus 8,000.
The Commanders?
Yep.
Wow.
Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, New York Giants, Detroit Lions, Jacksonville Jaguars, Jets, and Texans. Now, ahead of us by barely a little, coming in at plus 3,500 is the Las Vegas Raiders,
who's made big moves. They made big moves this offseason.
Coming in at plus 3,300 is the New England Patriots. And coming in at plus 2,000 to win the Super Bowl is the Baltimore Ravens. So that's where Vegas puts us at right now, just from free agency. Now, that's also plus 1,800 for the Dolphins to win the conference, and plus 400 to win the division, tied with the New England Patriots.
It's plus 4,000 for the Dolphins. I might take those odds, dog.
Plus 1,800 to win the conference. And
that's plus 4,000 to win the Super Bowl. I'm not betting on that.
Right.
What's it to get to the playoffs? Do they have that?
To win the conference is plus 1,800.
Okay, so that's to be AFC East champs.
No. That's to win the conference.
AFC
to win the AFC. Right. Plus 1,800.
What's it to go to the playoffs? What are those odds?
Well, plus 400 to win the division, tied with the Patriots at plus 400 to win the division, the AFC East.
What about, do they give playoff odds? Because if they give some playoff odds,
I didn't look, but I just assumed plus 1,800.
Probably plus 250 or plus.
It does. I just didn't write any of them down for this exercise.
Yeah, I don't want
now
the
real quick. Now real quick,
here, guys.
Now real quick. Here's the top contenders. Buffalo is the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl at plus 700. The Bucks are second at plus 800, and KC at plus 850.
Are you serious? The Bills are number one ranked right now.
Odds-on favorite right now, and this is it. This is it. Bet US.
In the entire AFC.
In the entire NFL.
In the entire NFL.
Yeah, plus 700.
They're picking the Bills
currently. Yeah.
No shit.
The Bucks are at plus 800. So they'd be the NFC favorite to win the Super Bowl.
So just on that alone, guys, if the Dolphins beat Buffalo, even if it's only one of the 2 times this year, and we find a way to start beating that team, there ain't a team in the NFL we can't beat. If we could take this method of offense that they want to put on and get it to work with the weapons they have and the players on this team, and we start taking it to teams like Buffalo, where we put Buffalo in a position where they have to throw the football, and you're seeing Josh Allen chuck that football because pressure's in his face. Agba coming around the edge with Phillips, and he starts getting that in, and we're picking the ball off, and we start taking it to their asses. Oh boy, I can't wait. I'm ready. You're already missing Jesse Davis, Isaac. I know. I mean, the door could have been unlocked for what this team could have done with Jesse Davis. So, guys, real quick, I'm going to be dropping the link here in just a second. But, guys, make sure that you're hitting the like button. Please, please, please. It's the only way to help out the show for free. Also,
real quick,
hold on, Color. Let me do this.
Sure.
Make sure to come back for Tonk 7 TMI Tuesdays live at 9 with Tonk 7. Color commentary on there with them co-hosting that. Right after that, you guys got open mic with Mike on the mic, and then he does drop the mic on Saturdays. Going to be having Big John Stud and getting Brandon the Bookie in rotation on that as well. It's going to be a great show Mike's putting together. I can't wait. Thursday nights, late night color commentary coming at you guys. Make sure to catch Thursday nights. We took a week off this week because everything's coming down the pike. TFTG, the Finn's Tailgate.
I told them all I was sick last night. They know.
That's okay. El Capitan, every other night of the week.
No HIPAA laws broken.
Coming at you. Help support the channel, guys, through Cash App, Venmo. Everything goes back into the show, as you guys can see. You're going to get some more stuff. You guys can also support the show by supporting our official partner, fanatics.com. Link is in the description below. Please hit the link, guys. Go down, buy yourself some stuff, find yourself some Dolphins gear, and, represent your team with Fanatics, and it'll help out the show. And then also in the description below, guys, we got our own gear. TFTG hat coming at you. Got ourselves the hoodies, flip-flops, got ourselves some badass beanies, T-shirts, and more stuff yet to come. Working on some sponsors now, guys. We're looking for a betting sponsor to do our bets, trying to get that fleshed out for the future for next year when we're doing all our NFL betting. March Madness came faster than we thought, but it is what it is.
Real quick, just to answer somebody in chat, I forgot, it scrolled up too far, so I forgot who it was that asked, but the LA Rams are plus 1,100 to win the Super Bowl. Just to answer the chat's question.
Yeah, there's always that letdown after someone wins the Super Bowl. It's hard
actually probably a good bet right now because I'm not so sure they'll have a letdown, to be honest with you.
I could see a letdown coming. Their coach talked about retiring for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. There is the drive.
Stafford knows he's got a lot more work to do than just one Super Bowl, though.
I agree, but
I wouldn't sleep on him, is what I'm saying. I don't necessarily think that letdown will happen. Yeah, I agree. Generally speaking, it probably will.
Where are the Bengals at?
I still got the list pulled up.
The Bengals got better.
Bengals are at plus 2,000. So you're looking at them being equal to teams like the Baltimore Ravens or the New England Patriots, which, by the way, I think everybody in the chat will agree, plus 3,300 and better odds than us to win the Super Bowl. Oh, come on.
Who?
Do they think Mac Jones is going to take that big a step that he can take that trash football team they got to bigger heights than Tua can take the one we got? Are they seriously talking about what?
With the way the Dolphins are constructed right now, and the Bills and the rest of the AFC, this might be the year we see the Patriots crumble. Not just do bad, crumble, bro.
Everybody knows what I think about Tua, and even if Mac Jones is better than Tua,
he's not.
No, what I'm saying is,
No,
I know he's not, bro, but what I'm saying is at this point, given what we have behind Tua and what they have for Mac Jones, there is no way they should have better odds to win the Super Bowl than us. That is
You're
ridiculous.
1,000,000% right. This offseason, the Patriots got worse.
We could run the Wildcat this year and win the division, to be honest with you.
In the next year, this year, and this coming up football year, and next year, we're really going to see how great of a football coach Bill Belichick is. And kid you not, he's a great football coach, guys. But damn, dude.
See, now this is when you guys get to see me turned outward on your behalf. Because when these idiot Buffalo Bills and Jets fans and Patriots fans start talking their yap, oh boy, you're gonna hear the color commentary just unleashed right on their asses.
You guys
man.
see how color.
You just guys wait till y'all are gonna be like, bam, you know what I mean? Because we only have our team to talk about right now in the offseason. That's just the way it is, and it's always gonna sound like a bunch of hate and negativity because that's all they've shown us for 30 years. What do you expect? But hey, like I said, man, you ain't never seen me go after an opponent's fan like any of y'all, man. Like, don't worry. You're going to see it coming, and you're going to be able to get behind it. Now, I mean, I talk a good game, and I'm wrong, too, and they laugh at me sometimes, too, but I ain't going to let them get away with that nonsense they get away with. Trust that.
We got Tony coming up here, and then we also got Tony Pepperoni up in this And then Russell jumping in. Go ahead, Tony.
Tony Manzano.
Hey, Chris.
Good to see you, Russell.
Anthony. What's up, Anthony?
I have a question for you two guys. I'm hearing from KC fans specifically saying the reason why a guy like Pat Mahomes not throwing deep, my mistake, he had to throw the short passes on the boundary is because the coaching staff and the medical staff in KC were actually worried that Tyreek, being how small he is in terms of his weight, couldn't handle the constant punishment in the middle of the field and stuff. So, being that Tua is not really successful with the intermediate passes, is that a good thing? Not as
Tony
consistent with those passes?
Tony, two things. Number one, KC fans now are justifying losing a superstar to themselves. And they're betting that their other superstar quarterback is going to fill that void for what walked out the building. And they might be right. But Tyreek Hill is not he's been nicked up, but the guy's a pro, and if you watch him on tape, he does everything in his power outside of when he's going up for the football to not take those hits, but he's still physical. That guy's a dog, dude. I do not worry about his health at all right now, man.
No, the reason why I asked that is because they keep on, and this goes into my other question. Is it for small receivers like Waddle and Hill, is it different catching short passes on the boundary and taking it to the house than having to deal with all the linebackers in the middle and clock in the middle?
Bro, listen, this is a Mike McDaniel
absolutely
scheme.
not.
You're not scheming him up across the middle of the field to take on linebackers, bro. It's not what you're asking Tyreek Hill to do. You got other guys. What you're trying to do is get him in a bunch formation to potentially, create separation in pockets of zone that teams are going to have to respect with two high safeties, and then we'll hit them with the run game, force them to single high, and make them pay. It is brilliant. It's a brilliant plan. It's going to work.
Yeah, thank you for
explaining. They're going to end up lining him and Waddle up side by side on the same side of the field and putting Cedric Wilson on the other side when they do three wide.
They're gonna.
Thank you guys for explaining that to me because that's confused me sometimes. Thank you for explaining that, Chris.
No problem, brother. I'm here for that. Tony Pepperoni, you dropped out there for a second, but go ahead, man.
Oh, the audio's, I don't know if it's on my end or your end. It's really low.
How's that?
We hear you fine.
You guys hear me all right?
Yeah, we hear you fine, brother.
Yeah, well, I'm just hoping, like I said before, we can get a center. What's going on with Paratus, the former Bronco center? He played last year, I think, in Carolina. What's the dilly with his injury?
I haven't heard anything about that, but as far as the JC Treader talk, from what I'm hearing, it's a deal is in place, but there's several deals. It's the same thing with Tyrann Mathieu. These guys are not limited to the few deals that they got. And they're just still waiting to see how things shake out, and maybe they can get more money. Things are changing. That's why you're seeing the Dolphins, create cap space right now. They're shifting things around, rework the deal with Byron, which to me also, and I said this a couple days ago, when you see that deal reworked with Byron Jones, that's the first step in a long line of steps to what I was told when the DeeboSamuel trade was going to happen. This was before the Tyreek Hill, but to me, it was, they were going to give up 2 first-round picks and Byron Jones to it, but they didn't want Byron Jones. They wanted Xavier Howard. So the Dolphins were essentially going to say, okay, we'll give you 1 first-round pick and pay some of that money and eat more dead cap from Byron Jones and give you a collection of other things. And it might not be, it'll probably be another first round or 2 seconds, but Chris Greer's making money moves, boys. So be prepared.
Yeah, I was hearing something
really, that really may happen, guys. Go ahead.
I was hearing just a little bit different in compensation. See, I'm hearing it was going to be Byron Jones, their first round pick back and a second round pick. We weren't giving up 2 firsts. We refused.
I mean, at this point, let's not play semantics here. Well, give them what they want.
I think I misspoke, because what I meant to say is that was their asking price is what I meant. They wanted Byron in first 2. That was their asking price, and they're trying to meet him in the middle, because what the Dolphins want to pay is a first and seconds and Byron, and they were going to make this happen by eating a bunch of cap space. And now that still may have been the plan, and that's why it's been done. But I
know you and I have talked about this a little bit today, so.
So we did.
Hey guys, real quick, NCAA men's basketball score update. Miami Hurricanes have defeated Iowa State 70.
Yeah, baby.
Hold on, color. Let me get you on. I want you to give the full rundown if you could. Guys, Q and Willie that are in the back, hold on, because I'll put people in rotation. Everybody wants to come up here, but I'm gonna put you up here. Give us the full rundown, and this is
TFTG breaking news report.
Go ahead,
ladies and gentlemen. In NCAA college men's basketball this evening, the Miami Hurricanes have defeated the Iowa State Buckeyes 70-56 to move ahead forward into the men's tournament for March Madness.
They what? Advanced to the
70.
It's all about the U. It's always about the U. Hold on.
That's a Longhorn. That's a Longhorn.
Hold on. Yep. Hold on.
Yep.
Hold up. Just make this happen.
Got to put Sebastian on our forehead.
There we go. I'll put on my U. Guys, people trying to hop in the studio. The studio is full right now. We got 10 up on the board. We got a couple in the back. Don't worry, we're gonna put people in rotation, but more people will be allowed to jump on. Let's go to Russell, man.
I'll drop out.
Thanks, Tony. What's going on, Russell?
Oh, not much. That's awesome that I won that hat.
I know, brother. How awesome!
Russell, I don't know why I had this like total premonition that it was going to be you, man. I have no idea why, man. I really don't. It just happened. I was like, I know it's going to be Russell for some reason.
Well, that's awesome. I already sent my info too, by the way. It's in your DM on Twitter.
Oh, cool, Russell. I figured you would hit me.
Yeah, it's all taken care of.
Word.
But yeah, I haven't heard any more on the Deebo stuff. I haven't heard anything today. It's actually been really, really quiet.
And that's right. That's exactly what
scary,
happened right before they signed Armstead and then got Tyreek.
Yep, I said the same thing. It's the calm before the storm. Something is happening.
Yeah, I mean, Russell. I mean, ask yourself why San Fran hasn't made any moves yet with Deebo. I mean, these guys are getting paid left and right.
Cap, and I was just about to ask Russell his thought on something too. Something I heard throughout the day from other places, not inside Dolphin circles, but like people talking in other teams' media and whatnot. And they were asking the question like, what does San Francisco have to gain by losing Deebo? You know what I mean? Like, how are they going to gain by doing that?
Probably nothing but draft picks.
It's not just and salary cap.
But you got to also remember, Russell, the San Fran, to me, and from what I'm hearing from inside San Francisco, okay, that they view Ayuk as the same talent capable as Deebo. And I know that's ridiculous to say, but that's what they think Ayuk is capable of.
I also think they really didn't intend on continuing to use Deebo that way, because they did that out of an emergency situation because they ran through their backfield with injuries.
That's right, EM. There is a storm coming, bro. It's a brewing big time.
You think all this can last? There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne. You and your friends better batten down the hatches, because when it hits, you're all gonna wonder how you ever thought you could live so large and leave so little for the rest of us.
Storm came tonight. Came tonight. It's called a hurricane.
Oh, anyway. I know.
One other thing real quick, Russell, was that I'm also wondering if maybe they're just betting on number one, the draft, and number two, 53-man cuts. I mean, there's going to be a lot of gems, become available when everybody has to trim their rosters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. John Lynch likes playing with draft picks.
There's a good possibility that it doesn't happen. Now I will say this. I do think that we end up with JC Treader at the very least. I think
so too.
I think Tyrann Mathieu is weighing out his options. I think he's going to see if he can get more money, but I also think he wants to win too. He's at that point in time in his career where he should be considering, a couple more Super Bowls. That's my thought process, where we have brought all this talent in. Plus, we brought in Tyreek, and he's good with Tyrann Mathieu, so I'm sure they've talked.
Apparently, from what I'm hearing, Russell, is that the Raiders, the Steelers, and Miami are interested in Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger.
Yep,
that's right. That's right. And that's Willie Duper Clayton in the back was asking about it. Colin, I'm going to drop you out just real quick because he's going to head out.
If I were to guess, if it was Tyrone's choice, I would guess he would be going to the Steelers. That he just seems like a perfect fit there.
Well, that's just it.
Hey, don't tease me, Colin.
He doesn't like quarterback situation there.
I would imagine that's so. Sure.
Willie Duper Clayton, I'm going to throw it to you real quick, but it is essentially with the Tyrann Mathieu deal.
Yeah, what's up?
He's finding the same money in all the same places pretty much, and what he really wants is a bigger contract with another year for the same money he's being offered.
Mm-hmm.
But people know where he's at in his career and how he plays the game, and so he's really the Dolphins aren't willing to give him that third year, is what I'm hearing.
I got it.
What kind of interest do the Raiders have? Don't they still have a hole to fill in their secondary?
Well, these other teams are weighing and measuring the money they know he's being offered. They're matching by giving a little more where he can make the money in like the Steelers land. But it's really a preference to him, and but also it's not necessarily a need. So why is he coming up around here? And the reason is because if Byron's on his way out, then it's a necessary guy on the field. So really a lot is in flux here because they might give him more money for less time if this happens. You know what I'm
Color
saying?
and Capitan, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Willie.
Yep. How you doing,
You
Willie?
think they're gonna move? You think they're gonna? Yeah, you think they're gonna make
best name on the channel right there, Willie Duper Clayton.
Yeah, bro. I'm stuck in the '80s, bro. Yeah.
Wait a minute, you got rid of Molina. What happened?
Yeah, no. I just felt like getting out. I like the Mark. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Duper's my all-time favorite, but I have the Marx Brothers in there, bro. Listen, real quick, man. Color and Capitan, man. Look. Ask your question.
I've got Willie, Duper, and Clayton, all 3 cards right there on the wall. That's
God damn it. You're killing me.
Willie, check.
What's up, bro?
Willie, check the private chat.
Check the what? Oh, okay. Give me a second.
Check the private chat.
Okay. I gotta add that. I gotta turn on the light, bro, because I'm fixing to go to bed right now. But listen.
So go ahead, Willie.
I'll get that. Cap, I'll write that down, Cap. Yeah, I got it. Listen, I gotta jump out, but listen, man, Capitan and Color and everybody on the panel. So just want to say fins up. God bless you guys and your families. Another thing is, I was gonna tell you, bro. We might not. Come on, do you really think, Capitan? You think we're gonna get Tom Brady? Come on, man. Maybe at Disney World. In Disney World,
but the national media was talking about it today.
I wouldn't be shocked by it, but I really don't think so. Now, if we were to have the discussion about somebody like Lamar, well, that's what I was just getting to a minute ago.
Yeah, come on, Brady's like looking
media.
Well, real quick, the
bring
Ravens
it up.
might
It
not.
was a story.
But wait a minute, the Ravens might not have enough money for Tyrone, but they would if they did something with the guy in their backfield. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So look,
I mean, can you imagine Brady, Tua, and Teddy Bridgewater? That's too much, man. That's a soap opera back there. No.
Well, Willie, here's what it was.
Super Bowl of Brady.
Yeah, that's true. That is fucking true.
Carla, it's been bugging me for a while.
Here's the one consistent in this. Here's the one
Hey,
consistent.
Color, he's gonna wear Bob Greasy's number, bro.
Here's the one consistent in all of this, Willie.
Because they strip searched me and my friend.
Is that
black?
It was.
I racially profiled him. Okay. They ransacked my vehicle, and I won't go back because they're racist. I don't like America anyway. The way they.
What the hell is going on, bro?
What's going on, Tony? What you got going on over there, dog?
That was my.
What the hell is that, bro?
I don't know. Tony's got something else going on. I don't think he knows his mic's on.
He's got a mob hit. He's planning a mob hit.
I don't
Tony
like
pepperoni, man.
I don't like the way he was talking to me.
He was just giving us some pepperoni.
Babushka, my babushka.
Stuff, you know what I mean?
So anyhow,
to the bada bing.
really quick. This Brady thing was in full play before the year, before Brady went back before he went back to Tampa. But again, he retired to prevent collusion because I think what happened. I think what happened with Flores definitely happened. If you want to know my honest opinion,
yeah, for sure.
I think everyone knows it's going to come out, and also that's why I don't think those picks are sticking around. Not only these two, but the ones a year later. I think they're getting ready to fire sell this whole bitch and buy it up because I said this for months. No one is more unpredictable. And than Stephen Ross when he's going on his heart.
Yeah.
Okay, when there's heart in it for him, he's on it.
Yeah.
So look out, watch out, everybody.
Well, I'm just gonna say one more thing about Brady, the whole Brady issue. It's gonna boil down to this: none of us know, none of us could know, and if anybody actually has the decision on whether Brady is a Miami Dolphin this year or not, it's gonna be Gisela. So. It's really up to her.
That ain't no bullshit there. But
if Giselle went home tonight and told Brady, "I want you to be a Miami Dolphin and I want to move to Miami," Tom Brady would be a Miami Dolphin tomorrow night.
We also know, and I said this on all the other things.
Don't worry, Color. She's whispering in his ears.
It's about Belichick.
Do I think that's going to happen?
A third football team to win a Super Bowl with. It's about off the field stuff financially. Ownership stake, everything, you name it. There's all the reasons why.
Chris.
Do I think it happens this year? No. because what I think happens is what Chris Greer's wanted to happen. He wants to see Tua one more year, but I can't. No one can tell Stephen Ross no right now.
Well, the biggest thing too, you bring up a good point about Tua, because the biggest thing is I've noticed today since the Brady talk has gone around. Sure, the Tuaneers have wanted to shut it down right away. I get that, and they have. But notice none of them have trashed him. They all would accept it, kicking and screaming, because they're sure that we would end up keeping Tua. And
we'll keep him.
Brady Tua would get the tutelage of Brady, and that would make them even happier. So that's actually a compromise.
They will be on board.
Actually, the only one that could come in here.
Hold on, Russell. Go ahead, Tony. What were you going to ask, Tony Pepperoni?
Yeah, what's your thought on Gesicki being dealt? I don't want him to be dealt. I think he'll be great, especially with Hill and Waddle. They'll clear up the middle.
Honestly,
because
out of everything I've heard,
worried about them, the middle's going to be wide open.
Out of everything I've heard, not one peep about Gesicki being dealt out. Not one. In everything I've heard, not one peep. But that don't mean nothing, because usually where there's no smoke is where Chris Greer is setting up. He don't start a little fire. He lights a stick of dynamite and it blows up, and everyone just sits there and looks at all in the collateral damage and like, damn, what the hell just happened? So you got to watch out for Chris Greer, because he's the smartest guy in the room, and he's making sure to have every angle he potentially can play in. So, Color, hold it down for me for a second, my brother.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't believe Tom Brady's coming to Miami. I'm just saying, if there is,
I don't know, but I wouldn't.
There is certain little points, like I was saying earlier, Crypto, and I'll let you elaborate on this in just a second. But like I was saying earlier, if one were to make the argument that it makes sense, if it were to happen, in other words, if it were to happen and we all had to sit here and go, oh, didn't see that coming. Well, no, let's talk about, why we would say we did see that coming, Crypto. You got a couple good variables here we're talking about that actually do make things make sense. You see what I'm saying? The family, Giselle's known desire to be in Miami, her lifestyle and her business and all that, utilizing Miami as a major hub for that kind of industry. All sorts of things,
Color, what I wanted to bring up to you.
Go ahead, Russell.
Was the fact that, I was good. And I don't want to talk about it for very long. I was on the Watson train when it all first came out, but once the allegations happened, I was off of it. I was for Tua, have been for Tua ever since. Still am. I think he is going to prove a lot of people wrong. With that being said, I actually can't believe I'm saying this, would be okay with Tom Brady coming to Miami because of what he would do for Tua.
Right, and you also know that Brady wouldn't command a salary like Deshaun Watson necessarily, despite what people might think.
There's less drama.
No, he never did.
And that would allow us to keep Tua. Sure.
Tom's a proven winner. He's won Super Bowls. Watson never
Also, another thing is the smart thing to do with Brady, if you bring him in, is not to sign him for a long-term deal. Maybe 1 or 2 years. That's it. And that's long time for
1 year.
It's a 1 or 2 year rental.
Now, the thing of it is, actually, guys, I'm not in favor of bringing Brady in, because I don't like, if you're talking about Aaron Rodgers, where he's got a little bit more longevity left on him, where he could make a whole new legacy in Miami, that's one thing. But when you're talking about Tom Brady, I just don't admire the Tampa Bay fans around here. I got a neighbor that's a Tampa Bay fan. And yeah, we laugh and I give him credit. Good for you and all that, roo, rah, rah. But I'm like, whatever. Anybody could have done that. You know what I mean? I've never been in favor of it. However, I say I'll be kicking and screaming because obviously I want to win, and I'd be quite happy with the GOAT throwing in Miami. For other reasons too, thumbing the Patriot fans in the eye, that kind of thing. And I know that despite what Tua's ceiling could be, and despite whether I could be convinced otherwise over given time, you know what I mean? I think obviously Tom Brady nobody's going to argue with that. And I think it's also one of those kind of unifying decisions. I think that if anybody were to come in at this moment, he's the only one that could get away with it as far as the
you
base.
can't. You got to sit there and you can't lie, man. It would be extremely intriguing to see him and Aquan going against Bill Belichick.
I mean, obviously, I would warm up to it. What I'm saying is another thing that would make me happy about it is even if it was just buying one Super Bowl, I'm not one of those people that thinks, like Stephen D made a great point or asking that question this morning. Shout out to Stephen D and Miami's greatest sports network in the morning there. Miami Sports Music. Exactly. Everybody get over there, subscribe to him, like and share his stuff, and join us in the morning for some good chat around 9 every morning. Anyway, so he made a great point about what was it? The question was, would you sacrifice 10 years of no draft picks and not being able to get players, mediocrity for one Super Bowl win? Or one or two, he said. And I, my stance was, yeah, I would, because here's the thing. We're not a team. First of all, we're a historic team. Second of all, we're not a team that's just been to one or two Super Bowls just because we only won two. Okay. We've been to 5 Super Bowls. You know what I mean? And so one Super Bowl win from us, you guys got to realize that over the last couple seasons, there's been people around, other fan bases, obviously, they're always going to hate. But there's been people that have been starting to try to really take the luster off the old boys popping the champagne every year when nobody goes undefeated. You know what I mean? And that's starting to lose our built-in credibility anymore. And so you take one Super Bowl win now, and all of a sudden, we're 500 in the Super Bowl with 6 appearances. It brings all of that credence back.
I'm okay.
Even if we didn't win another Super Bowl for 10 years, plus it would give us us that missed the 72 and 73 era a chance to finally win one, even though we got teased with Marino and company for all those years.
I would be okay with Super Bowls. I would be okay with 2. I would need to see I want back to back. That's what I really want.
You think Brady could pull off back to back, or let's say, hey,
no, I think.
Here's the thing: if Tua is able to sponge something off Brady, then we got Brady to give us one, and possibly Tua to give us our second.
Do you want my legit thoughts on Tua this season, Color? Because I'm going to be honest with you, because of
that's what we welcome you here for, buddy.
The way this team is sitting right now, and the way he is working this offseason, and the fact that he's got his velocity back in his throws, I'm telling you, I just got this gut feeling: 30 to 35 touchdowns, less than 10 interceptions. He's going to throw over 4,000 yards, and we're going to the playoffs.
And given the addition of Tyreek Hill, that's why I'm kind of just as
Armstead and Williams.
I still, as far as I speak, though, Russell, this is where people get me confused. Because as far as what I'm willing to speak on, I can only speak on what I've seen and what my eye test shows me. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the only thing. That's the only way I speak. If you're asking me, do I see things that have encouraged me that Tua could make a change that could convince me otherwise, then I'd be dishonest with myself if I said no. You see what I'm saying?
You got to consider the variables, because he's had so much stacked against him since he's entered the NFL.
Absolutely. Whether I think that should have affected him or not, it doesn't matter. It is what it is.
It does matter. I mean, we could
go.
Matter.
So
the amount.
I'm not going to argue that anymore, though.
I think
just to move things along.
What he's done with what he's had. So, considering what he's been through and the injury he's come from, I think he's performed rather well. He's had bad moments, but he's had really good moments. That Kansas City game where we were down to chumps for wide receivers outside of Mac Hollins, and he he elevated the team. That's the it factor I see in this kid, and that's what gives me hope in him. And I really feel like he's got it. It's just a matter of everything coming together.
No, it's not just that.
Coaching
it's not
included.
just that. If I could interject for one more.
Yeah, Q. Before you do,
Q,
Q, I'd like to say this about Tua, and here's where. Okay, look, I always had realistic expectations on a third year for Tua, and seeing what would be the blooming of a quarterback that we would know we can hitch our wagon to or move off of. That's the timeline I've always had with the injury in consideration. But up to this point, I haven't seen that special thing or the dog come out. Now, taking into the equation all the back room stuff that obviously was in the locker room in some ways, and all the distractions with the Deshaun Watson and stuff like that, I can give him a little bit of leeway on that. But again, nothing has changed for Tua with those distractions. It's still Tom Brady coming after his job. It's still, this is the one and only year, and you got to make it prove with all these weapons. And
the
also,
one thing I will say, Chris, though, about the Tom Brady thing is I think he would be more welcoming to it because the fact is it's temporary. He knows it's not somebody taking his job permanently.
Well, here, right away, Russell, right away, Russell, that welcomingness of him is what I don't want in my quarterback. I want him welcoming for the only reason because he wants to prove that he's better than the best. Maybe I would be cool with that.
I think that would be part of it. I really do, but I think he would want to learn from him. Who would?
Yeah, I think Russell means Russell means welcoming the idea that no matter what I can do, I can't beat out the GOAT. You know what I mean?
I understand what he meant. I also understand that that's really kind of his temperament, and I understand that too, Russell. Mm-hmm. He's a very understanding young man from what I could tell on the surface. I don't know him personally, but again, Lamar Jackson's after his job. And not just these things. Listen, not just these things. Not just these things, though. Not just these things. But
I personally don't believe it even bothered Tua. I think that's the fan empathy projecting Tua's feelings about how
I see that a little bit, Crypto. I agree. And
I think Tua, I didn't even think it bothered Tua.
Crypto, you know, I've been one to constantly say that Tua and Ears would argue with Tua.
Ali Da has got it right. I want Tua to be a killer. Yeah. That's it. I want him to be a killer. And this is the weaponry.
It's unrealistic, Chris.
No, it's not, bro.
What you want Tua to be, it's not Tua. Tua is Tua.
Well, see, look, I don't mean
you gotta accept how he approaches things. You gotta accept how he plays the game.
Chris, there's been moments that Tua's been that way. What about when he's run motherfucker over? Like on the Jets.
That was tough to it. That's why I said
I don't know. I think this may be something that's resolved by the. Wait a minute, guys. This might be something that ends up getting resolved by Tua's increased trust in his own body, if that's really the case.
That's kind of what I defer on, guys. Is that to me, it's always come down to a physicality thing and a mental thing connected to that. And
I mean, let's face it, you got a lot of mean adults out there playing in the National Football League that that just don't have the empathy that we do. You know what I mean?
So and listen, it's not about empathy aside. It is business, and I gotta know that he's gonna take those hits and not get in his head, or those injuries come again. And those are the things that will always remain the question mark alongside with the killer instinct. Along with the killer instinct. Now, I get it, Q, that he's not going to be, that kind of guy on the field in that way. What I mean
what I'm saying is Tua will play his game, his own game.
Sure. And I think with what we've got right now, I think his game would play. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure that he actually shows us his game. That's all we're saying.
Before Tyreek Hill, before Armstead.
We hope so. And this is genuine. I'm not trying to just banter back and forth. I'm saying we hope so.
Before Tyreek Hill, before Armstead, I liked with the fullback signing. Forget, guys, Chase Edmonds, that fullback, this run game, and the system and what they were gonna do. I don't want to say protect or take the ball. A lot of people are saying take the ball out of Tua's hands. That's not the way I want to look at it.
They're going to give him balance.
I like to say relieve the pressure.
Or even give him a different way to distribute it.
In a team way that is not uncommon in offenses. Well, it is uncommon in what a lot of teams want to build. They really want to build, strike it gold and get yourself a Joe Burrow and just try to hope you can have him sling, 50-yard bombs all the day. But ineffective is that plan when you have to methodically beat another team that can go tit for tat for you. So, again, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Shout out Charlie Touche from Good Time Dolphins. He always says that. Love you guys, Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons. But again, this was the plan.
Who knows? You might see somebody like Kadeem tonight.
It's been the plan when it was sold to us.
They put support around him, and I think he's going to succeed now because
there's first of all, there's no.
Well, see, here's the thing, real quick, Chris.
He should be
put
able
up
to.
AB's comment real quick.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, I can agree on that and disagree. I can say, yeah, it's efficiency because he's standing there dropping quarters in a bucket, but at the same time, now that bucket is Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? So I can't disagree with AB there. You know what I mean?
Did you know Tua was the 5th rated best rated quarterback in the NFL on third down conversions?
That's not bad.
No,
that was a knack of his.
The problem, though, Russell, is the problem is the ones that weren't converted were like really important ones to convert. You know what I mean?
Honestly, he also was one of the most accurate long ball quarterbacks. Granted, there wasn't very many of the long balls. That's
third best.
I wanted to say
2 seasons.
Well, that's what volume matters.
Past 2 seasons.
Oh, I know.
Now we can evaluate him fairly because he has a team now.
That's right, Q. But the problem is, and again,
he had an unfair evaluation the last 2 seasons.
The problem is, and this is it, and I'm going to tell it blatant and simple to everyone that wants to hear this and doesn't want to hear it, is it ain't up to anyone other than Ross. And Ross has continued since drafting of this quarterback, which to me, it was Greer that wanted Tua and Greer that wants this 3rd year to happen for Tua and see what he has. And from what I'm being told, what he's selling to Ross is that the options that you want today will be available next year because there's other quarterbacks coming after his job. And Ross could just say, I don't care, and you have to do it. So that's the only reason why if Tua somehow was moved off this team for another quarterback, just know everyone, it was Ross that did it, not Greer. Greer made it happen, but it was Ross that
it will be Ross.
Ross did to trade our 3 first-round picks for Joe Burrow.
I also want to say,
listen, I wanted to trade more than that, Russell.
Yes,
it was more than that. It was way more.
Right,
than
and
that.
he's got us to a point right now. Greer has us to a point right now where Tua could actually take us pretty deep in the playoffs and actually fall into the Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Whereas a guy like Brady might guarantee us. We're in the same situation we were a minute ago with the Watson issue. You got, we were at this certain point with Tua. We could have been a little deeper into the playoffs with Watson, but here we're in a situation now with what we've built that a guy like Tua does have the absolute capability to take us deep enough to actually fall into the Super Bowl.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Can.
We're at the exact same point that the Rams were with Jared Goff. Now,
and you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. We are the Rams. We're the pre-Matt Stafford Rams.
Crypto makes this point all the time, and I'm going to let him finish it. That if Tua can prove he's better than Jared Goff, then we don't need to go get a Matt Stafford. Go ahead, Crypto.
No, Jimmy G made the freaking Super Bowl with San Francisco.
And guess what? There's been nothing but talk.
We are the
off Jimmy G
pre-Matthew Stafford Rams is what we at this point right now. Because a lot of people like to crap on Goff. They had the #1 offense with Goff in that league, and it was this guy by the name of Brian Flores that exposed it in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So let's not conveniently forget that Jared Goff had a pretty good season that year that led them to the Super Bowl.
Defense,
and it was Brian Flores' defense that neutralized it.
It neutralizes
that dispatched them.
And there's two.
And that's why Jared Goff is getting a bad rep from. not realizing it was Brian Flores doing.
Give Goff credit for something else. He took a hell of a hit from Jalen Ramsey early on in his career, man. And Richard Sherman. And I'm telling you, man, that he got up and kept going and still played out his career, man. You know what I mean? That dude ain't no slouch like people think he is.
No, he's not.
Right.
But
they were number one offense in the league.
As talented as Goff was in that offense, there's two scheme and a true middle linebacker can really put a damper on this offense if you don't do it right. And there's only two. Hold on, Color. There's only two things that can get past the defense that can get past this offense, and it's a quarterback that has elite athleticism with their legs, or it's a quarterback that has that flick of the wrist that can throw a cannonball like in an awkwardly bodied position, which Matt Stafford has proven that he has that arm, and he's done it for years, and he still has enough on it still now. Now, I don't know how much longer that arm's going to hold up for Matthew Stafford, because it will start to slow down, and they'll have to scheme it up differently, but that's how it is. And Tua, to me, is going to have to use more of his legs than his arm in this offense to be something that they're not going to look to move off of in the future. That's all.
I think he can use his legs.
Can I say one other thing about Goff real quick? You know, we don't know what Goff could have done this year, given the addition of Odell Beckham Jr. as well. You know what I mean? So the other thing is that, you know, I look at partly that Matt Stafford trade is not just raw talent. I think there's a lot to do with doing somebody a solid who deserved to get a chance to play on a Super Bowl contender after a career in Detroit. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't chalk it up, because nobody knows. I mean, Goff was there. He was in the Super Bowl. They lost to the Patriots. You know what I mean? That's not something to hang your head on, you know, or hang your head low on. You know what I mean?
While only giving up 10 points themselves.
And now you add if you were to add Odell Beckham Jr. to that mix, you don't think Goff could have taken that extra step just as well as Matt Stafford did?
You know who didn't think so? The Rams. The Rams did.
Of course, Chris.
The Rams didn't.
How much of that wasn't? Hey. You know, Stafford may have a friend in that organization.
Look at how little they thought with the package they gave Detroit to get the man.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's an amazing overhaul to get one guy. So don't forget.
Did they get anybody else, or are they riding with Goff this year? Because I'm interested to see how
the Lions. Detroit's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm really interested.
They had like 3 first-round. Well,
I'm glad they're sticking with Campbell too, because I'm interested to see what a guy like Dan Campbell can do with Goff in the long term.
I think Dan Campbell has the capability of being a good coach. I
don't away every receiver they had in their arsenal.
I don't disagree, Ollie. I'm just saying the same result could have been had. It may have looked less flashy, but you know what I mean.
No, Goff
doesn't make that throw that Stafford did to Cup in the Super. No, you're right.
What I'm interested in with the perception of Tua is the fact that when Terron Armstead had that press conference, he talked about hooking him up with Drew Brees. And I think that would be the absolute best thing in the world for Tua, because they are the most similar. He's the most similar quarterback to Tua, that he would be able to kind of grasp how Brees played and how he was successful with the style of play that they use as a quarterback. And the fact that Terron Armstead wants to go to those lengths to help Tua just shows the leadership that I don't think people really grasp the leadership that Armstead brings to this team. I really don't. I don't
think people do either. That's why I showed that video, Russell, because I don't think people are going to realize what kind of dude. Listen, we might see Austin Jackson as the next great offensive tackle because of the guy that just brought in the building.
Well, Austin Jackson
because of Armstead.
Because of Armstead, he might be able to show him. Because look, Austin Jackson has every physical capability as Armstead does on the field as far as athleticism goes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, a little bit more of a freak athlete Armstead is, but every availability to him for Jackson, who's still young, still growing, and Armstead can take guys like him and Eichenberg and Solomon Kinley. Do not sleep on Solomon Kinley, you guys. That guy, I think we all forget 2 years ago when he gets out in space blocking people, how he would upend fools. So
if he can become more athletic.
Have you seen him lately, Russell?
I know
he put down the bowl of cornflakes. The frosted flakes are in the cabinet.
Bro, he looks
his
slim.
initial style though is power gap. If he really is losing that weight and he's getting faster and becoming more athletic, then maybe he will end up being able to fit our zone.
What do you think? What do you think he did all year last year, bro? I think he knows that if he wants to make it work in Miami, he's gonna have to change.
Yeah.
He's got the P90X videos right now as we speak.
What's up, JP?
A lot of cardio.
What's up, buddy? How you doing tonight?
Living the dream, my brother. All kinds of stuff swirling around. I keep checking my Twitter because a couple of people are, staying in contact on some stuff. Got to keep it refreshing because there was something that was. Look, I don't think if it hasn't happened by now, it's not gonna happen at 1 o'clock in the morning. But there were some things that might hit the pike. And the Dolphins love to do things on Saturday when there's no media running, which is why stay tuned because there might be something coming around the corner. I'm hoping to see that JC Treader signing ASAP.
Treader will be a good addition.
But
I was surprised that everything stayed as quiet as it did today because I really thought today was the day.
Go and do the news dump.
I think
5 o'clock news dump.
I think we're looking maybe sometime over the weekend for some more moves like what Chris is saying, or maybe even Monday.
It wouldn't put it past me if they drop it to us late Saturday night. They love doing that, bro. They love doing that. So
yeah,
but I thought they would hit us with a late Friday night, but it seems like they've kind of changed that. They like holding the narrative all week. So I would say they've kind of changed their tactics a little bit. I'm looking forward to Monday because I think there's going to be some shit coming out Monday.
The other thing I'm surprised by is that they haven't made more cuts and restructured more contracts because I'm surprised they haven't touched.
You know why? Because it allows the perception to other people. Chris Greer is such a freaking boss, you guys.
He's making it look like
he doesn't let you show. He doesn't show his hand to anyone.
They don't want to interfere with championship week too, with the NCAA going on. They don't want to stump on the news. You
ain't lying about that, Crypto. They work in tandem with college sports, and there ain't no bullshit about that. But Chris Greer, he's always been so good at never showing his hand. And he must be an amazing poker player, bro. He must be really good at playing.
I find it interesting that everything has been really tight-lipped with the organization since Flores and his coaching staff has been gone.
Well, no, actually, Russell, Flores and his coaching staff was tighter-lipped. It's outside. Inside the building, it stayed pretty tight-lipped. It was pretty tight-lipped with Flores. When Flores got fired, that was the most open I've heard the organization in a long time. Now, at where we sit now, all the sources that I'm getting, very little of it is coming from inside the building. There is some, but a lot of it is all around from other places.
It's agents and actual
family members.
Isn't also the owners meeting happening pretty soon, next couple of weeks or something? I heard.
I don't know, Color, but if that's,
I think that's prior to the draft, right?
Yeah, that happens. That happens before the draft, if I recall correctly, too. Crypto.
I think it's in a week or two.
If that comes down again, we're probably going to see that move happen before then, because that might be where they discuss a couple of things about our owner. See you later, Squid Games.
Exactly. They know. I thought it was a full moon tonight. I don't see the moon anymore.
No, it is not a full moon. It's a new moon because there's no moon.
Oh man.
I got a Cuban old lady. She knows everything. She got her crystals and all that good stuff, bro. I know quite a bit about the moon. Well, she knows everything.
March 27th through the 30th, annual league meeting at the Breakers in Palm Beach. Ooh, man, that's right down the road. I can walk there.
You know what?
When
color,
is it?
Color.
March 27th through the 30th.
You might need to go up there
That's tomorrow. That's Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Woo!
I'm gonna call.
I might go to the beach.
I'm gonna call a buddy of mine, Color, that I want you to go maybe meet over there in the 561 because he lives over there too. One of my sources. I'll tell him to see if he can shake a couple of trees loose. Maybe grab a couple of pictures.
They won't
Color.
let me in the Breakers though. I don't know, man.
Well, you can grab a couple of.
They might not even let me on Palm Beach these days.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Honestly, though, you brought up a point, though. I wouldn't be surprised about what you said about wait until Monday. They have a good working relationship with the University of Miami. And with what the Hurricanes basketball team is doing, they have a chance to make their first Final Four ever. And they had that big game tonight in the Sweet 16. They were playing a team that had 2 wins last year. So they may be doing this not to.
This is only the second time they made it to the Elite Eight. Or is this the first time they've
the first time?
Yeah, it's the first time.
This is only the second time they made it to the Sweet 16 in school history.
Yeah.
And they have a chance to make it to the Final Four for the first time. It'll be the first time. Sunday will be their first ever trip to the Elite Eight. So it wouldn't surprise me if they wait till Monday to announce anything.
I'm so proud of them boys, man. College sports for me it's so hard, man. I feel for these young kids. You know what I'm saying? And it's been hard to watch. What's been happening to the Hurricanes and their upper management just abusing all the sports programs the way they have, and to see the turnaround that they're getting on again, guys. Everybody who's been a Dolphins fan, and I know a lot of people aren't in the South Florida area that are fans, and God bless all you guys that aren't. But the energy in South Florida pertaining to the sports between the Panthers, the Canes, the Dolphins. We on the up, boys. We on the up and up and up. On the big time up. Big ups. Uppity up, up, up. Say up one more time. Sorry,
up.
JP. Continue.
I still got Miami Duke in my final on my bracket.
Up. Hey, wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
Color, you got them on your bracket?
Miami versus Duke in the final, yeah.
You got a couple of shuckles on that?
No, it was a free bracket.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I can win something, but I don't. But it was free.
Free is for me, right?
Yeah, it was like one of those. Yeah, it was like one of those. Free things they give you at your bookie. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
At your favorite
Nelson,
legal bookie.
Up.
If it's legal in your state.
Nelson, that's hilarious.
I don't encourage anybody to break their state laws.
John, that ain't no BS, bro. Understand, everybody. Florida ain't the new California, but the growth is gonna be like that. And if I don't,
we ain't going after California, bro. We're going after Vegas.
Nah,
I'm telling you,
we're going after Florida because
from the guitar all the way down to the hard rock, man, it's gonna be Vegas.
If you took the United States from coast to coast and you squeezed it together and fit it into a state, it's almost exactly like that. Because I've traveled every corner of this state, and regionally speaking, all the people who live on the east coast of America all move to the east coast of Florida, and vice versa with the west coast, and people moving to Florida live on the west coast. And then the heart of the earth people that live in the middle, like Colorado and everything like that, they move to the middle of the state to places like Gainesville and Ocala. It's insane, bro. It's insane. It's in Florida.
And then the
Florida got everything
where all the politicians are at.
Oh my God, bro! It's it's a whole different. It's like being in a different world.
On the northeast side, you got Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean,
the only theme
they're going
to Florida
London
is
soon anyway.
The only theme to Florida is that we are diverse as this country gets in this state, and that's why I love it, man. That's why I love it. I already know. You already know, bro. I've traveled to every corner. When I was younger, I made it after high school, I made it a point to take money and party my ass off in every corner of this state and hang out with all. I made sure to live when I was younger, boys. It was we'll talk about that on a different show. So get back to the football, man. Guys, make sure you guys on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter are coming over to YouTube, hitting the like, subscribing to the channel. And also make sure you guys are checking out all the great content on Tuesday nights, live at 9, color commentary and Talk 7 on Talk TMI. Right after that, you got Mike on the mic with Open Mic, and then you catch him again with Drop the Mic on Saturdays. Big John Stud going to be on there with him talking some basketball. Brandon the Bookie going to drop in and out sometimes to do some betting talk. Thursday nights, you got late night color commentary. You guys can always catch color. Every other night of the week, you guys can catch El Capitan with the Fins Tailgate. Cash App, Venmo at the Fins Tailgate. Support the channel. You can also buy some gear, support the channel. Hit the link in the description below. Buy some of our gear. Holla at your boy. So go ahead, Color. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say Nelson says, you know, Will Smith is remixing his Miami song. What it was, he jealous of all the likes that Solo D got today? Shout out to Solo D. Awesome mix he just put out. If y'all haven't heard it yet.
Q, I can't go into high detail, dog. Just know this. El Capitan has done damn near anything this state got to offer. Been in every major city and seen some shit.
Well, if you travel around, do you go to any Dolphins games that are away games?
I've seen if you took the Jacksonville and the Tampa games and added them up, that's as many times I've seen the Dolphins in South Florida 10 plus times. Seen him in Jacksonville probably 7 or 8 times. Seen him in Tampa like 4 times, 3 or 4 times.
I've only seen him twice, but that's because I'm here in Ohio. I was going to say you should catch up with me up here and watch him play. Watch the Tua first Burrow game.
Bro, if I could ever get this to where I want it to go, the tailgate party that never stops, that's the plan, where I can go and host a tailgate party to a couple of games in visiting stadiums.
Well, also, Chris, you can double an Ohio trip to go to Canton too, to the Hall of Fame. If nobody's been to the Hall of Fame, I was going to do that.
Yeah,
like if I ever went to a Cincinnati or Cleveland game, I would double it as a trip to the Hall of Fame. Probably.
I have to go there and pay my respects anyhow to all the greats to play the game beforehand. It seems like the right thing to do.
I live about 40 to 45 minutes away from the Bengals stadium.
Right? How far are you from the Hall of Fame?
It's about like 5 hours, ain't it?
Yeah, that's a couple hours away, isn't it?
No, it's about 2.5, 3.
That ain't bad.
That ain't too bad. Have you been
further up the road to Canton?
No, but I have been to Akron and I've been up that area, but I've never been to the Hall of Fame.
Colors.
Well, if you do, man, live shot us some pictures. Oh, they probably don't let you in there, huh?
Bullshit. They better.
I have no idea.
Chris, it might be one of those places that's like no photography.
I've been
you know
through
what I mean?
Canton. I've been by.
No, they
Hall
let you
of
take
Fame.
photos in there.
It was closed when I went through.
Cool.
It was closed?
No, it was closed as far as the hours. I couldn't, I wasn't able to pull my truck over and outside.
Oh, okay.
Denied. Brandon the Bookie's been, for all you guys that don't know, Brandon the Bookie he's everywhere. I mean, he's all over the joint. So
yeah, but I'd love to visit the jungle, man. That's one of those places that rocks, man.
The dog pound too in Cleveland.
Yeah, sure. The question though, the only place I've been other than Hard Rock was Arrowhead. I watched Alex Smith and them boys out of
I'll say the Tampa Bay Stadium, smaller stadium, to be honest with you, than the other stadiums. But pretty badass with the whole pool guns shooting off and like the place they got to hang out up there. Jacksonville's their best deal is they got a big ass pool and it's like a whole VIP area and stuff. It's pretty cool, but their stadium's dilapidated to say the least, bro. They ain't put a freaking nickel in that bitch. And
the Bengals stadium is nothing special either. Now I will tell you, I've been to Florida. I've got family in Fort Myers. I go down to that. They live on that
I'm in that neck of the woods, Russell. If you're ever down this way, man, we'll go fishing or something, bro.
Oh, dude, I love fishing.
I figured you did. I could tell. I could tell. We'll go bass fishing, dog. I got a spot.
Yeah. Chris is near it all.
Actually, believe
Good
it or
lakes.
not,
I
I'm a
am. Well, we got it everywhere
I've been
down
trying
here.
to go fishing for a while
But
myself.
there's a couple lakes
You
right through the center band of the state that Chris is closer to. That's freaking like.
Bro, I'm telling you,
awesome
I've
bass
lived.
fishing.
See, I've heard Florida crappie fishing
Like
is amazing.
Lake Placid, Sebring, those places, man. Oh,
Well,
the
listen,
Harris
Bass
chain of
fish,
lakes.
crappie fish, I do it all, but crappie
The-
is probably my favorite.
well, I got this lake. It's got a natural quarry spring in it. Water's crystal clear. And I'm telling you, you could fish at it any day, every day, and murder them when you get there at the right time. I'm talking
Yeah.
when in the rainy season, when this lake floods and it goes all into the grass. I'm talking literally you're in, waist deep water, which everybody better get ready, because there's the biggest alligator I've ever seen in the wild in my entire life lives in that lake. And I've seen alligators. This thing was prehistoric, but there's gators here and there, but you will be in the water. It's part of it. Don't worry.
Don't
Just
bother
keep your head. I'm more worried about a snake, because a moccasin gets you way faster than a gator would. That's something to be worried about.
Yeah, gators aren't like crocodiles, man. You could pet them on the belly.
Yep.
But see, here's the thing. I've never been outside of being at the zoo or anything like that. I have never been in an encounter with an alligator in the wild.
Don't worry, brother. You come down here and go fish with me.
Well, the late great,
I don't want to encounter them in the wild either.
The late great Steve Irwin, actually, when he was down in the Everglades to do one of his shows on the American alligator, he said the same thing. He was like, "Watch this. They're not like the crocs out in Australia," and he snorkels up underneath them and is petting them on the belly while they're swimming. You know, and I'm like, wow.
They're not super aggressive,
No.
but if you're food, you're food.
Right.
So
No.
Or if you step on their head, or like if you, if you're walking
Chris,
up
I'm
to
not
the
trying
edge
to
and
let
they're
them make that
protecting some
determination.
babies or
Crypto,
something, yeah,
Crypto,
you're gonna get
I'm telling
snapped.
you, listen, I'm telling you, in this fishing spot, your biggest problem is getting your new worm up fast enough. Because I'm telling you, you're standing in water and you pull up and you miss it and the line goes flying over your shoulder. Well, now you got one over behind your back and you got to turn around and catch his ass. That's how badass this bitch is. I'm telling you, I'll hook you boys up.
And the coolest thing, when you go out to a totally flat area, like in a little pond or a side of a canal or a lake, and you see a gator's nose sticking out of the water and he's just sitting there chilling, you throw your lure in. Probably it could be a good 50 feet away, but you throw your lure in, and if yours are the first ripples on the flat surface, you can watch those.
He's coming after it.
You can watch those ripples go out, and as the water wave hits the gator's nose, he'll immediately start turning around towards the center of it, towards the lure.
I got some fishing pictures.
Craziest thing you ever see.
Now, see, my dad was born in Orlando. He grew up in Bradenton, and he was out in like
been to Bradenton a gazillion times.
Yeah, so but he was like out in the swamp area. He was in the boonies part.
That's where my dad was born, Bradenton.
When he was younger, he used to throw rocks at him all the time because they were fucking in the way of him getting home from school and stuff. So my dad was used to it, but I'm not. But yeah, my my family down there, they live in Fort Myers Beach. I've been to Fort Lauderdale, Cape Coral, Naples, that whole area.
I'll take you to a spot in Fort Myers.
Thanks, Carla. You too.
Next time you're in Florida, Russell, holler at your boy because we going fishing.
Well, then I will. I'm definitely gonna have to hit up my grandparents. Tell them I need to borrow their condo for a week.
We'll plan it out, bro. We plan it out. I got a couple of people with some boats that want to go deep sea fishing. I'm not that I don't like deep sea fishing, but I get seasick. But I still go.
I got a boat, but I'm not putting it in the ocean. I've got a 16-foot bass boat. I'm not putting that motherfucker.
If you visit Fort Lauderdale and you go down to this East Las Olas in the Strip, make sure you bring your appetite because those are some of the best and finest restaurants in the world down that strip.
Night, Carla.
Now, see, I have always wanted to go mahi fishing. I've also wanted to go Goliath grouper fishing.
So
those are two bucket list
out
fish
here, guys. I can take you to a spot out off Sanibel area, And I've caught in the few years I've lived here, which has been like going on 5 or 6 now, I can't remember, but I've caught snook, Spanish mackerel, red, yellowtail. I caught this one thing. I don't even know what it was, but it was one of the tastiest fish I ever eaten. I ate every one of them that I can. Tons of good fishing right on the shore, bro. Right on the shore in a spot that I got to. So, like I said, we going fishing.
So,
we're going fishing.
I gotta answer Tony's question. By the way, appreciate the compliment,
Yeah,
Tony.
Tony, don't worry, dog. We accept New Yorkers to come
Yeah,
visit
and I
all the
appreciate
time.
the compliment, Tony. So Tony asked if I could do a Southern accent. And I'm like, well, I don't know. When I was a kid, we went up to this camp, this youth camp up in northern Florida, and like we spent a lot of time with a bunch of Georgians because they send their kids down to northern Florida when we're up there. Right. So after about a week of being around all these boys, we all started talking like this, and we didn't even know we was
Got
doing
that
it.
Southern twang on my jaw. Don't even mean
Craziest
to.
thing you ever seen in your life. We got home, our parents like, why are you talking like that? We were like, we don't know. That's just how we got to communicate for 2 weeks.
You know what's funny? Everybody here in Ohio, we don't think we have accents, but everybody else tells us we do.
Right.
And I don't think I have an accent at all, but most people tell me I do. So, but
most of us down in South Florida, we actually tend to like gravitate more towards like a Californian accent, I think is what you end up hearing. But you do have a lot of people that are raw Southern, Florida boys, that really have a deep accent,
Southern drawl. That Southern drawl is contagious. It is. Especially when you're around it all the time.
Yeah, well, it almost what happens is psychologically you almost feel like you're not being heard if you don't join the accent. If like I was saying at the youth camp where everybody was speaking that way, you almost feel like you're not being heard if you don't speak that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost a subconscious thing that happens.
You don't fit in. You gotta fit in where you get in, right?
Right, or even just subconsciously, you're like, you match like for like, kind of like when in Rome, you know what I mean?
Yes. But man, back to Dolphins. I didn't mean to get sidetracked with fishing because I could talk fishing about as much as I could talk football.
I hear you.
We'll do a fishing show some other day, man.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think Bleezy's really into fishing too. If Bleezy's still around, sorry, Russ, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
Bleezy's over by me too. I'm gonna link up with Bleezy and we going.
Yeah, Bleezy's posting about it on Twitter all the time.
We're gonna definitely have to link up. I'm gonna have to get a hold of my grandparents, get down there. And
listen, Russell, before you make a date, it's sometime in May. Dolphreaky's hosting some Dolphins like meetup out on Sanibel. So that might be a time if you could fit it in. That would be a time to go because it's supposed to be a big old bash on the beach bash. There is a date. I don't have it right here. But that would be a cool time to show up on it. But you might also want to save that visit for a Dolphins game too. So you know what I'm saying? You might want to try to you know what I'm saying?
Well, hey, I've got 2 week vacation, so I can take 1 week for fishing and the other week for a football game.
Now you're thinking now you're thinking good, you know what I'm saying?
I'm always on top of it.
Yeah, bro. There you go. So let's try to
you think they're gonna put Jets fans in the front row this year at the draft?
Yeah, why wouldn't they? Look, yeah, Bleezy, we're definitely putting you down. We're signing you up.
Yeah, I let them all know, Bleezy.
We're signing you up, Bleezy, already. You didn't even know. You already signed up and in there, bro. Oh, bro, the Jamaican food pony.
I let them all know to follow you on Twitter for your bass fishing talk too, man.
Tony, there's this Jamaican place in South Beach. I know it's still there because it's in one of those old school hotels where like the stairs only like 6 inches wide, so like you step on 2 stairs when you walk up it. But it's got Jamaican jerk chicken in this joint right in the hotel that I can still taste. I can still taste it to this very day. That's how good that shit was, bro. And then I went back that next night. Well, actually, it was right before we went out because we were out downtown Space, getting turnt, boy. Anyhow, I had some oxtail. I had some oxtail from there. Game changer, bro. Game changer. Amazing, bro. Amazing.
The Finn's Tailgate reminds you all to drink and smoke responsibly.
Yeah, you can party with me when we partying together. This is a tailgate party, so remember how it is.
I don't give a shit. It's legal here. I smoke. I don't give a damn.
I mean, listen,
that's why I added the smoke. That's why I added the smoke, Russell, because it's legal in so many places now. I figured I'd add the smoke to that. We at the Finn's Tailgate encourage you to drink and smoke responsibly.
Yeah, Jason. Drums, all kinds of good shit, boy. We're gonna have to get it. I actually, Thunder. A lot of people like fried gator tail, but gator tail isn't the delectant taste of it. And gator tail is what you buy a lot of places. People don't know this about gator because they ain't skinned it and cleaned it and fried them up themselves.
Never had
jelly.
Yeah,
jelly roll.
Sorry, because there's a golden crust right down the road from me.
There's a jelly roll on the gator, which people know is like the tenderloin of the gator. That's the creme de la creme. That's the creme de la creme. And you can cook it. Oh my God. So they have a thing. They have a thing here, guys, in where I right close in Lee County. It's actually in Hendry County, a place called LaBelle. My family used to have a farm out there. Been coming over here to the West Coast since I was a little kid, where I now live. And they have, I think it's the last weekend of February or the last 2 weekends of February, they do a thing called Swamp Cabbage Festival. Now, a lot of people don't know what the hell swamp cabbage is, but El Capitan does. Okay. I know it's very uncommon, but I'm telling you,
I'm from Ohio.
It's the heart of the palm. Okay. And I might make a batch of it and bring it to the game one time so everybody can enjoy it, just to show y'all what real Florida living's about. In fact, I want to go to Jesse Davis's camp up in Central Florida and go do their camp thing that they got there. And I'm going to teach them how to get it, because it grows everywhere in Florida. It's this palm tree, and it's the heart of the palm.
Do that, Chris. We got to make sure that we show them kids how to block and not to do it. Jesse Davis.
Oh, no, not Jesse Davis. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean Jesse Davis. It wasn't Jesse Davis. It was the defensive tackle. God, I'm drawing a blank.
Christian Wilkins?
No, the guy next to him.
Davis?
No, it's white dude.
Zach
Sealer. Zach Sealer's camp that he's got up there, and his Cause for Cleats. And I did his Cause for Cleats. It's about his camp, and he's going to help kids in the area get out there and learn how to survive on the land, stuff like that.
And real quick, Jason, I used to go up there. My dad used to belong to this fishing club.
Samuel?
They had tournaments there every year. We would go up there for like a week, and they'd have a big tournament.
So right on the St. Johns River, Samuel, they host the party, and people have been coming. This has been going on forever, this Swamp Cabbage Festival. People come from like all the way down from all over the country through the rivers to get down to St. Johns River to come to this festival. And I'm talking family generations handing down these things, and it's amazing the food they got there. Shout out to Swamp Cabbage Festival in LaBelle, man. Small town, Nowheresville, USA.
Chris,
it was Lake
If I come down to Florida and we hook up, you know that you got to come up to Ohio and go to that Bengals game with me, right?
I'm gonna have to swing it. You got to understand, bro. I got an old lady that is gonna want to come. Now I got to fit that whole equation with 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the kids are coming. Now I'm dragging across this whole thing, and they're going to ruin it for me. They're going to ruin it for me. I got to present this as a business trip and that it's not going to be fun. And so to do that, I got to financially find out where I can give her something in lieu of balance, where she goes, well, you did this. Now I get to do that.
Well, check this out. You can just chill at my place for the night. So you got
word up.
While you're there.
Perfect. So, all right, we're already saving some money here, Russell. I like that. This plan is catching legs. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Jason, you know where it is, brother. You go right through LaBelle.
Crypto will just mail himself down here.
It's where Clewiston. It's where Clewiston, Belglade.
Our shipping containers ain't big yet.
No, crypto will be like, check your Bitcoin wallet, and you'll open it up, and he'll pop out of a message. You
know what? That's one thing I regret never investing in ever ago.
What?
Bitcoin.
Well, there's listen, still got time, brother. Now is the time.
No, you don't understand. You don't
Hey, how
understand.
crypto? How far did it end? How far did I should say what did its floor ended up being at? Has it been growing? Does it drop its most recent drop or what?
Crypto, it's still doing its thing, guys.
It's still in a good buying range right now.
It's still in great buying range for people who want to buy crypto. Now is the time. I'm telling everybody, now is the time.
Still kind of correcting.
It's still kind of
it's in the consolidation phase.
It's gonna fold. It's gonna fold and kind of like muscle building, guys. When you tear a muscle and it stacks, and that's how you get bigger muscles. It's getting ready to do that in crypto. Probably the next
every 4-year cycle is a happening.
It's it's probably going to take about 18 months for it to hit it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
15 months after the happening cycle, then that's when you're going to have the big growth after that.
Right, that means the reward
gets cut in half.
The reward for mining a block gets cut in half too.
Yep. Which makes it even more scarce because it has an expiration when the last one is mined.
I'm waiting.
So
I'm holding firm, bro. I'm holding firm on some things. I ain't selling
Well, it also means that the profitability of all the miners gets cut in half too.
Gets cut. Yeah, it does. Well,
they'll double their number of mines, but that just puts more pressure on the electrical grid.
Still working on that.
But there are the ways that they're getting off the grid.
Sure. I got you, crypto.
So all right, guys, let's do some football last thoughts. What TFTG website for jerseys? Well, I mean, you can hit the Fanatics link if you're gonna get a jersey. We don't have jerseys yet for TFTG, but we'll get some stuff soon, Jason. The hats and stuff like that are where it's at. Dude, they got a pretty badass color. It's like a off-white color. It's pretty dope on that TFTG hat. But guys, let's try to end this on a we've stretched from crazy Florida foods and fishing and insanity.
That Florida foods, gators, huh?
Gator and shit like that. I'll show you boys what's good. So
nobody eats dolphin around here except the one with the F.
Yeah, the mahi is really what it is. But all right, guys. So now the calm before the storm again, because to me, I haven't seen Chris Greer or Stephen Ross in front of a podium taking credit for nothing yet. And they're going to. And why haven't they?
Yeah.
They're not out. You know what they're not doing, guys?
Because they're not finished. That's probably why, Chris.
No doubt, brother.
That's why they're not standing in front of a podium, because they're not done.
That's right. And not only that, but they're definitely not out here building up their draft picks to see what they're going to pick next year. Chris Greer's first of all, he hasn't been around very much like he usually is. Chris Greer is usually all over the place looking at draft picks. The only place that I've gotten confirmed reports from was he was in Texas taking a look at Spiller, which is still a pick and still something we can get. And I expect us to go after a running back for sure.
Who was in Texas?
Chris Greer was. But that was also
I didn't hear him being in Texas.
That was during the time of
Armstead.
That's right. So there was a little bit of dual purpose. Other than that, now we got scouts and stuff like that, and Chris Greer's got great scouts. But they ain't looking to spend picks. They're looking to spend picks. You know what I'm saying? So I'll start with you, Crypto. Out of all the considerations of where the Dolphins may go next, where do you either A, want to see them go, or B, think they may go as far as next acquisition?
I'm thinking center or surprises with linebacker, but the Raiders picked up the guy from Tennessee, so he's off the board now. So I'm thinking they will wait to the draft to pick a linebacker, but I don't even think that's high priority. But I'm thinking the center will finalize everything if they don't pull off the big colossal Deebo deal, which of course I'm favor because you can never have too many guns when the arms race. So,
that ain't no lie, Crypto. That ain't no
you know,
lie, bro. That
you
ain't
can
no
never have
lie.
too many guns in the arms, but when you got the rest of the AFC,
When you look at the AFC
with a
and what they're
bunch of
doing,
bazookas out there, hey, I'm not going to apologize for adding another machete or Tommy gun. I don't apologize for that.
that ain't no lie. All right, Crypto. I'm gonna
Greer's
drop you in
got
the
to
back,
do what he's
brother.
got to do, man.
I'm gonna drop you in the back, Crypto. JP, my guy, where would you like to either see him go or speculate what they may do as far as acquisitions? JP. And no JP. So Russell. So Russell.
So, first and foremost, shout out to Finn's Tailgate, El Capitan, color commentary. You guys are awesome. Yes, that's awesome because I'm serious. I really don't ever win anything, and it's nice to be on the winning side. And it's going to be even better when we start seeing this team win Super Bowls.
That's right, brother.
We got more coming at 1,000. Just let everybody know. We're not what everybody says we are, man. You know what the word's been around lately.
Oh, I
you
mean,
know what I mean?
Russell knows. I see Russell all over the joint, dog. Russell,
we're just having a good time, letting everybody blow whatever steam off they want, man.
I respect TD, DDW, Kyle Crab, like all of them, all you guys. You guys are all doing wonderful things for this fan base, and we all need to support each other, and that's what Finn Family is all about, man.
Preach.
That's where I stand with it,
that,
and Miami Sports Music. So can't leave them out. And Batman's channel, Inside the NFL with Reason, like all of them. Shout out to everybody, man.
Yeah,
but
good work everybody puts in creating creators. Miss Fins, everybody, man. There's a lot of.
She must have got tired. She took a break tonight. I haven't seen her around tonight, but
we have more
somebody
followers.
Important. Fin Family.
Exactly, and just between you guys and Reason and DDW and TD, y'all have more followers than the Miami Dolphins YouTube channel themselves.
Right on.
Just know that we all follow you and we're here for you just like you're here for us. But
preach.
I don't think they're done yet either, brother. You know that. We've been talking. I don't know what's happening with the Deebo thing, especially considering the restructure of Byron and the tweet he made about getting burnt by the cheetah all practice. And I don't know if that's to throw things off or what, but I've seen some really cryptic, weird stuff going on in the NFL. And it really just seems extremely too calm right now. I think our next move will probably be JC Treader. I think we're going to complete that deal. I think we're going to try to bring in Tyron Mathieu, but it's going to be his decision. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. But I think once we do that, if we get Deebo, we get Deebo. If it doesn't happen right now, I think it's something that we're going to look towards in the future off season. But ultimately, when it comes down to the draft, I think running back, linebacker, punter. I think that's going to be their main targets. I am all about Matt Ariza. Everybody needs to get used to saying that name, putting that name out there, getting the good juju going, because that dude can change the whole field position real fast with just one kick of the leg. Not only that, but that kid can also kick 50-yard field goals in a pinch, say something happens to Jason Sanders. So he is multi-talented, versatile, and I think he would be an excellent placeholder for Sanders compared to, because he had an off year, and I think a lot of it had to do with Pilardi.
I agree with you there, Russell.
And I think that's going to get fixed heavily if we get a good punter, and I think Matt Ariza would be the perfect punter for this team. And then I like Leo Chanel with a later round linebacker, and Isaiah Spiller, or I'm
like
going
the kid
to say
from Florida, man.
Yeah, Damon Pierce. That's exactly
I
who
like
I
that
was
kid from Florida, bro.
He is a big man, and he is physical, and he's got some speed to him too. He's not just.
He's got some speed. He's all around, and he's so young. I think he's only 20, and in limited touches, the damage he did. He's got so much tread on the tire, bro. His ceiling is God only knows where.
Don't sleep on Rashad White either.
Yes, you're right, and Cook as well. It's a good draft. It's a good draft class for running back, and they're not going to miss if they take any of the guys we just listed.
And I can tell you right now, this is something that nobody's really talking about right now. It may not happen till after training camp, but everybody might want to go ahead and say their goodbyes to Myles Gaskin. I think he's gone.
I was just about to ask you, Russell, who you thought, given if we did draft another running back, who would be the 54th man?
The only reason why Salvon Ahmed is going to stay is because he was in San Francisco with Mike McDaniel.
Well, not only that, Salvon
I think he also hits the hole harder.
He's only like 22, 23 years old. He's super young, and his body is getting bigger. And I've checked him out on his Instagram. He looks even bigger, and he's still super fast, underutilized.
Absolutely.
There's so much more potential on that. If you were weighing Ahmed and Myles Gaskin, the potential of where Ahmed could end up versus Gaskin just on body type alone is he would
speed alone. Because
especially if we have to add a top running back.
It's a shame too
draft.
because Gaskin, by all accounts, took a step back, and it wasn't because of health. So I don't know.
Other than the Carolina game, I do give him a lot of credit for the Carolina game, though. I mean, he did ball out. You know,
I love Myles Gaskin. It's nothing.
I do
against
too, man.
I think he's one of the best. I think he could be one of the best number 2 running backs in the NFL. I just don't think he's going to carry a football.
It reminds me a lot of Damian Williams.
I have him pinned as James White, to be honest with you.
But see, Damian Williams
started.
Well, not just faster, but his blocking ability is superb. How he's physical and meeting it. All right, Russell, man, I'm gonna drop you. I'll see you, brother.
Appreciate you being here, Russell.
See you next time, later.
Thanks, fellas.
Color.
I'm still convinced we're gonna try to get a linebacker somehow. I mean, if nothing, obviously, if something big's about to happen, it's gonna involve more draft picks and whatever. But if we were to do something in the draft crazy, I would say maybe try to consolidate the rest of what we do have and go after a top linebacker in the first round, get back into the first round. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm convinced that they got to fill that linebacker hole with something top echelon. I
haven't heard a peep about it. To be honest,
I know it's just weird. And, maybe there's a linebacker we're not thinking about, but I don't know if outside, inside, who's where. But I'm still a fan of Quan if he's still available too.
So to me, it shows me that they don't plan on playing that kind of defense very often. True. And when they're looking more towards guys like Tyrann Mathieu, slot and safety.
Seems like it'll be a lot of man-to-man or dime.
It's going to be a lot of dime.
That means that we're going to get marched on down the field. But we'll probably produce a lot of turnovers.
I think they're going to do solid gap with the defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And look out.
Well, yeah, not dime, but more like a nickel spy or a nickel floater. You know what I mean? Like
it's gonna be that rotation. It's gonna be remember how they used to use Mayo in New England as the pseudo linebacker, Javon Holland,
Palomalu.
These types of talents that are on the team, they allow between Holland and Byron Jones. Or excuse me, Brandon Jones.
I mean, let's face it, we've been doing all right without one, but without a top one. So
I'm telling you, there's damage to be done. All right, Color, I'm gonna drop you back. I sent you the link.
It wasn't you, bro.
Okay, no biggie.
There is a 2-foot.
I got you. There's a 2-foot midget running direct in the crib.
Made an unexpected appearance
Got you, dog. I got you, dog.
Until right now, I've been watching Luka, bro. I tried to put her to bed at 11. It didn't work. 12. She went to bed now. 2 hours later, bro.
You're going to be hurt tomorrow.
I was about to give her a stunner, bro. Girl, bro.
You're going to be hurting tomorrow, man. She's going to get up extra early, too. Watch.
I don't care, bro. I was able to get on for 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I don't like not fulfilling.
Well, you're going to be getting on tomorrow. You're going to be getting on tomorrow with Mike.
Yeah. I just don't like not fulfilling obligations when the captain calls, you know what I'm saying?
No, dog.
The crew,
you know what
the crew needs to.
Yeah, I mean, I sent up the bat signal. It's all right, man. I understand. Batman's out fighting crime sometimes. He ain't going to come all the time. But the Joker is here, and I don't know if you heard, but we got a penguin and a cheetah. We're putting it together, dog.
Hey, listen. I was cracking a joke today when Cap called me early today. I don't know if you got my message. I sent it to you like at 7 o'clock in the morning when they hit me up yesterday morning. I don't know if you got it.
No, I did look at it, but that was when I sent you the message that I was going to send you the link. That was the first I saw it. That was right as the show was getting ready to start, so I didn't get a chance to read it.
Well, no, it told me you saw it like around 9. But whatever. That's what I figured if you would have seen it earlier, you would have hit me up because they called. Remember, we all have sources, but the sources don't always at the same time. And I was like, you know what? If we have cheetah, we got a penguin.
We're short a badger.
Well, if we get a badger, if we have a cheetah, we get a penguin, and we get a badger. He's a dino, so he fits. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely fits. We're building the Legion of Zoom and the Legion of Doom to counterbalance. The Joker was already here. Just so everybody knows, Joker's been here for a minute.
I've told everybody, bro, that National Geographic, you got my hand Dolphin football, bro. We got to think of. You want a penguin? We got a penguin. You want a cheetah? We got a cheetah. Somebody can sponsor. We're good. It doesn't matter. No matter where you go, we got the animal for you, you know? And we're dolphins, you know what I'm saying? So, on the ground, in the sea, we got covered, you know? So, but based on what you know, Capo's calling me, like, he called me twice, spoke to him for like 10 minutes, like, so what do you know? You guys gotta calm down, bro. So by the way you're on the phone, if you were in front of me, you'd be trying to shake me for information, you know? My homeboy that he lives here, he was like, Cap, you gotta calm down, bro. Chris Greer do what Chris Greer does, bro. He went from not being aggressive and everybody shitting on him to being ultra aggressive and everybody saying, "Oh shit, he's not playing."
First of all, if you put all of what Chris Greer has done in the past few years,
yeah, everybody owes him an apology.
He's really killing it. So,
you don't owe him an apology because you've been on his side the whole time.
I don't owe him an apology. I've got.
That's what I'm saying.
I got 4 months. I got 4 months of telling everybody Chris Greer's the smartest guy in the room. So I love him.
Come on, and I agree with you.
My boy is making money moves.
He's playing chess while everybody's playing checkers.
Yeah, he's playing 4D chess while everyone's playing Tetris. They're not even playing a board game.
And that trade is a trade that keeps giving because trade.
Oh yeah. And now I believe there is some cashing in to be done. So I am going to be closing it down here. So what I want is the same question I asked everybody else: is what's the next move you think's going to happen, or you would like happen, however way you want to answer it. But essentially, what's the next move? Because right now, bro, I ain't seen Chris Greer and I ain't seen Ross. And that means they ain't done because why aren't they out here taking all their accolades for all of what they've done.
I would like to see the Deebo trade go down, just so we can have our Miami football version of the Three Kings. You know what I'm saying? The Heat had LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, and we'll have Tyreek, Waddle, and Deebo, and
I love it.
Dwayne Wade got his own, his own street site, and Chris Greer pulls this shit off. He deserves his own turnpike. All right, Chris Greer turnpike straight to, to Miami Stadium. But realistically, I hope that Honey Badger and JC Treader come to Miami without it hinging on if Deebo comes over, because that's what I was hearing, that it was hinging on Deebo coming over, and if Deebo come over and they don't come over, it's like, fuck. Because JC Treader will sure up the offensive line, and Honey Badger would be one hell of a linebacker / hybrid safety. We always say we don't got no tight ends in the middle of the field. Well, you got Eric Rose, so Honey Badger's the perfect guy. So I have to run back and forth because
he fits the
mold.
He fits the mold of what's going on in the Dolphins, man. All right, John.
He fits the mold. Exactly what we need.
We'll see you tomorrow night with Mike on the mic. I can't wait to watch it, brother.
By the way,
wait. You got to do some basketball talk, right?
Oh, absolutely, bro. By the way, the Heat one, just nothing new. We all expected it.
I expect
that whole Alexander just doesn't learn, bro. He really doesn't. I mean, I love him and everything. I love him because he loves Tua, but dude.
Well, you know what? I love Alexander. Listen, when you have a team that you make your team, I don't want them to jump ship. I appreciate their conviction, because as us Dolphin fans that have been a long time, there's been many a times to shake ship, to jump ship.
Yeah, but it's easier for us as Dolphin fans, or me. I'm in my early 40s. I'm 41. Look at, Apple Scrub. It works, people. Use it.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw the Marino era. I was able to enjoy, maybe not a championship, but I was able to enjoy incredible, like the one against the Patriots when we came back, the one with the fight game. I had plenty of enjoyable moments they haven't been able to enjoy. So for me, it's easier to suffer. Dude, the championship since the 70s, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, I haven't even, like, the last time they were in striking distance of taking home the trophy, being in the game, I was being born, I was in, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of us got to see that. And then
the last time they even made a dent in the playoffs were when
we were
hit the runner. He hit the runner around the world, and they the 1 seed and 8 seed and Latrell Sprewell. So and ever since then they've been in complete limbo. So tomorrow's gonna be
All right, John, I'm dropping you back, my brother. I can't wait to see you tomorrow, man. Thanks for coming in. Even though I know you got there a little late. I know it is with the kids, man. Got kids, got what it is. Everybody already know. I forget who jumped in late. I think it was Chris. Real quick, man. Got to go back and watch. In the first 30 minutes, I talk about all the rumors, all the stuff I've been hearing. But fast rundown is we ain't seen the end. We ain't seen the end of what's coming around here for these Dolphins. And Big John was over the target with a little bit of what he means about the Honey Badger coming here, because it hinges on this Deebo. Not so much because it's the Honey Badger won't come here if Deebo doesn't, John. I'll talk to you about this probably either backstage or another time, but the move needs to happen for the finances, for the movement to write the deals out, for the need for the Honey Badger. Right now, we have no hole to fill. The hole is created with the trade for Deebo. and then the sellout to march into the Super Bowl as well. And not march into the Super Bowl, guys, like I said, but to sell out that this is a team that is on their way to a Super Bowl with a Tyrann Mathieu, because it's the same situation for him. He's not finding the deal that he wants with the with the multiple year deal for the money that he wants. He's finding more of short-term contracts where he has a couple on the table. Dolphins have a contract on the table. Let's make that clear. But it's not every ink ain't dry yet, guys. Just wait and see, guys. So check the beginning of it. If you guys are watching on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're coming back and checking out all the great networks. We'll be on tomorrow, hopefully with some breaking news and a little bit of breakdown. Check out all the great content we have on all of here, guys. I appreciate everyone who is in it. Thanks for coming out. We're getting real close to that 1,000 mark. I think Color just sent me a thing, said we're like 95 away. We gave away a hat. Shout out to Russell, won the hat. Awesome. Guys, hit the like button on your way out, please, because it helps the video grow and finds more Dolphins fans that want to find this network, and we want to grow this channel. And if you see some Dolphins fans out there in the real world, tell them that they're missing it because they're not watching on YouTube, because there's so many of us that before we started watching this on YouTube, we're bugging the hell out of everyone else in our lives that didn't want to talk about Dolphins. So don't forget, we come here, bring them to the family. So when we go to the tailgate party, we'll be there to meet up people. Love you guys. See you next time. See you tomorrow. Check out all the great shows. Peace out.